like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, hit that like button as y'all come in here. Hit the share, hit the subscribe as well. Hit the notification bell as y'all come in here. Also, hit the super stickers and super comments that are available. If you guys want to drop a comment that you guys have not dropped yet, if you guys we do not see it on time, make sure y'all hit that super sticker and super comment right below the video where it says thanks. You guys can get that out there instantly, and I'll read that comment for y'all. Exactly when I see it. But also, yeah, hit that Cash App, which is $ BJ Matthews. If you guys have any love y'all want to show to the podcast because of any of our great content that we're dropping, make sure y'all do that instantly. All right. So also membership badges, get those. They are available. We have our contest tomorrow. Again, if you guys have not signed up for your membership badges, please get those membership badges. We're doing a special. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it till tonight at midnight for people to get their membership badges if they would like to be a part of the contest. Again, we'll be having cash prizes. We'll be having cash prizes for our monthly contest. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have our monthly contest again tomorrow where we have, different merchandise and, cash prizes for two winners. Two winners will be getting cash prizes, and the top winner, the top dog, will be getting a shirt as well of their choosing or a sweater. So make sure you guys get those out. If you guys would like to get y'all membership badge, y'all can go onto our YouTube page and y'all can hit join on the top, and we can get those out to y'all instantly. Y'all be a part of the contest tomorrow. I'm sorry it's pretty early. Sorry for y'all being late, but I have a special announcement that I will be addressing in about the next 30 to 45 minutes. It's going to be something throughout my Clipper Nation. And I definitely think that y'all gonna love what I have to say, because it's I still can't believe it happened, man. So a lot of emotions. It still hasn't hit me yet, but it's a lot of emotions running through. So yeah, y'all in for a treat in about the next 30, 45 minutes. But let me go and look into the chat right now. My man Thomas Tallis said he would have 4 rings minimum, really 5. This man has been the best player in the league for 6, 7, 8 years now, and now it shows outside the bubble. Oh man, appreciate it. Shout out to my girl, Mrs. Tay. She said, "Welcome to the podcast. Make sure you guys share this live and subscribe to the channel and hit that like button." Yes, it's very important for y'all to hit that like button. Y'all know why? Those get the notifications out so y'all get more people into this live video. Don't ask me. It's how the algorithms work. Salute to my man, Alan NG. Appreciate you, my brother. He said he would have 2 more. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Salute to my man, the realist, man. Appreciate you coming in. Salute. Let's see who else. Tune In Sports. Go. If you guys have not already, go follow my man, Tune In Sports, who's also a content creator. He is a person that, does great content over there. He's a Cavs fan, but he also is a basketball fanado. Y'all see him all the time on the show. So make sure on the panel that y'all show him some love. Go follow him. Go check him out, man. He has great content over there. I do not shout out people who, are not of quality. This man is definitely of quality. So go follow him. And OC Love says, salute to the realist and Thomas. I'm better, bro. I'm out the hospital now, bro. And I truly appreciate the prayers and well wishes and love y'all for the salute to the Queens and you too. Hey, man, OC Love, man, appreciate you coming in, man. I'm happy that you're feeling much better. And I'm happy that the show can bring you joy in your life, bro. Thank you for everything that you've done, man, and support. He's also a member, so shout out to OC for being a member of the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. And salute to my man Andrew Gutierrez. Appreciate you coming in, my brother. All right, man. So we got 15 people in the building. Need to get those likes up, man. Let's get those likes up. I'm going to put the poll in after the commercial break of how many championships this man should have had, and I'm talking about the great Kawhi Anthony Leonard. Kawhi Anthony Leonard of the Los Angeles Clippers has been in the league, I believe, for since when he come in 2013 or no 2000. I'm sorry, 2011. So he's been in the league for approximately going on 12 years, 12 seasons. He's 32 years old. He just turned 32 in August. So he's been in the league for approximately 12, 13 seasons. Man, this is a subject that I really have been anxious to get to. I'm very excited to get to because it's something that I feel like is a subject and topic a lot of people don't really recognize and want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, this is LA Clipper talk. So these are a lot of mostly the Clipper fans who know about this guy, Kawhi Leonard, and what he can do on the court. And as I look through his career, like I've been following Kawhi Leonard ever since high school. Y'all know Kawhi Leonard is from, California. He grew up in LA, he grew up in a place called Moreno Valley, which is like in between San Diego, California and LA, California. So people who are outsiders don't know Moreno Valley. It's like in the middle. And then you got the Riverside, which is in LA. It's like a section of LA. That's where he went to high school as well. But I've been following Kawhi since high school. He was always a two-way player. He was a defensive player at the time in high school. And in college, it followed the same way. At San Diego State, he barely averaged, I believe, 15 points. I think he finally had his going out party in the NCAA tournament when they lost to Connecticut in the Elite Eight. I remember that game, actually, that Kawhi Leonard, they were talking about, hey, he wasn't like a strong, he wasn't a strong, very strong, like offensive player. He was all defense. He would, play defense on the team's opposing best player. He would, be the defensive specialist, all that, but he wasn't a scorer. There's also an article that just came out this week that Carmelo Anthony, after 2019, when he won the championship, he actually went to Carmelo Anthony's trainer. I think, what's his name? It's just a Caucasian cat. I can't think of his name, but he trained Carmelo Anthony. Kawhi Leonard actually secretly went to him and asked for advice on different moves that Carmelo learned. So that just goes to show you Carmelo Anthony, how, special of a player and talent he was for, the players younger. But Kawhi, what I'm saying, is one of the greats of all time, definitely. What's funny, though, about his career is he's really only had, he's missed about 3 deep playoff runs, right? And I'm going to go into like all the playoffs that I feel like Kawhi Leonard, is it possible that he could have a championship, right? So let's talk about it, man. As y'all come in, hit that like button, bro. Y'all hit that like button as y'all come in here. All right. So Kawhi Leonard started his career with the San Antonio Spurs, right? He won a championship. He won a championship. 1 second, y'all. All right, sorry about that. So Kawhi Leonard left he won a championship with the Spurs in 2014, right? So we're talking about the championships that he left on the table. He's a 2-time champion. He's been to the finals 3 times altogether. And the time that he actually, I'm gonna start with the first time, before he even got with the Clippers, way before, because I know there's a bunch of people who said the Clippers. I can go as far as to say back in 2013, when they lost to the Miami Heat, that was a championship that he actually did not win, that he could have won easily. And y'all got to remember, this was Kawhi's second season. So remember, he came in 2011. That's when he got drafted by the Indiana Pacers and got traded to the San Antonio Spurs for George Hill. This was at Game 6. So people remember, this was the game that Ray Allen hit that corner 3 to tie the game and send it to overtime. Kawhi Leonard split 2 free throws, and that's what allowed Miami to have an extra opportunity to score like a big three. You know what I mean? So in the corner. So yeah, Ray Allen hit the 3-point shot, but because Kawhi Leonard split those free throws, that's what caused the situation for Ray Allen to send that game to overtime. Because see, if Kawhi would have hit both of them, Ray Allen, easily, if he hit that three, they still be down by one. Now, there's of course a lot of other things that happened too. Tim Duncan, of course, being subbed out because Greg Popovich subbed him out not to get the rebound. I think Ginobili also missed the free throw as well. And it was a number of things, but I'm just talking about how many championships Kawhi Leonard left on the table. They lost this game to the Miami Heat in overtime, and they were up 3-2. I remember this series in 2013. The Spurs, this kid right here, Kawhi Leonard at the time was a kid, was the guy giving it to LeBron James on the other side of the court. Right? And y'all know Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. I've talked about this before, that Kawhi Leonard is LeBron James' kryptonite. And I'm gonna go to that, later in the video. But Kawhi was giving LeBron all he can handle, even though LeBron James, that year, he averaged his regular numbers. Kawhi Leonard has the best defensive rating against LeBron James when he guards him in NBA history, or in his whole entire career. Anybody that guards LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard is the best defender on LeBron when it comes to his percentage. See, people look at scoring and say, well, I had 30 points, but what they're not realizing is, well, shit, you had like 25, 30 shots to go with those 30 points. So what did you really actually, learn? So at the end of the day, that's what it is. But back to the point. The Spurs ended up losing that series in 7 games after, game 6 happened. Kawhi Leonard did have, his going out party. He was, people were kind of catching eyes to like, who is this second-year player, man? I don't think people realize how quickly Kawhi Leonard developed, man. His first season, he was already in the conference semifinals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. His rookie season, getting high minutes. His second year, he's already in the NBA Finals. So I'm also debunk this point, and I'm gonna make a lot of points today. So y'all make sure y'all just sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Hit the like button. I'm gonna make a lot of points that debunks this argument that the Spurs just somehow carried Kawhi Leonard, and that was just the end of it. There was no, Kawhi Leonard didn't pull his weight or whatever. So I'm gonna debunk all that. So they lose in 2013. That's a championship that was, they missed out on, and it was because of one free throw by Kawhi Leonard. So I can say that was a championship on the table that they did end up losing. He could have had 3 championships already in his first 3 seasons. Right? The next year they obviously just beat the living hell out the Miami Heat in 5 games, which goes to show you who was really the more better team. The Spurs were not going back empty-handed after that defeat in 2013. So they finally get a championship in 2014. Kawhi, y'all can see that ring on the top of him. That's the 2014 title. Kawhi Leonard was the MVP. He averaged 17 points. I believe in that series, he guarded LeBron James. He got the Andre Iguodala trophy. That's all cap because I don't remember Andre Iguodala averaging 17 to 20 points in that series. Right, somewhere between that. I can't remember exactly, but I know it was between 17 and 20 points Kawhi Leonard averaged in that series, and he guarded LeBron James. So I don't see how that's an Andre Iguodala trophy or Andre Iguodala award. But that's nonetheless. He was the most impactful player on the court in that series. More than Tim Duncan, who was literally, on his way out the door the next couple seasons. More than Manu Ginobili. More than Tony Parker. He was the most impactful player. And also this notion that saying that he needed the Spurs to win. I'm going to go to the next one that shows that Kawhi Leonard could have easily won a championship in 2017. But because of injury right here, it was another opportunity missed. Now, I just named 2013. They won in 2014. They lost in 2015 and 2016. So now we're in 2017. The Spurs are up against the Golden State Warriors, and Kawhi Leonard is cooking the Golden State Warriors. Any of y'all, who have Golden State Warrior fans, shout out to my man E Leezy. Go follow my man E Leezy on his YouTube channel as well. Y'all see the right there. Subscribe to the real E Leezy. He's a Warrior fan, man. Y'all go check out his work. Very, very, intelligent brother. Great work over there. He spoke about he spoke about Kawhi Leonard and his greatness. I remember on a video about how great this dude was, man. He's the closest thing to Kobe that we have in the league. I compare him more to Jordan as far as his game because of his post game, his strength, his mid-range ability, his turnaround jumper, his two-way defensive play. I think he's more built like Jordan, like a older version of Jordan. Right. And I was a little bit, I want to get off track, but people say that these players, if they play in this era, like players from the 80s and 90s, what would they be? What Michael Jordan would be in this era would be a more athletic version of Kawhi Leonard. I just wanted to put that out there because I'm hearing a lot of people say that, these older players can't play in this era is ridiculous. Any great player can play in any era. If Michael Jordan played at this time, he'd be a more healthier, explosive Kawhi Leonard. Now, you guys put two and two together and see if you can survive in the league. But nonetheless, let's get back to the point. Zaza, a cheap shot, stuck his foot out and actually injured Kawhi Leonard because he was just destroying the whole entire Golden State Warriors defense. It didn't matter if it was Kevin Durant guarding him, Klay Thompson guarding him, Draymond Green guarding him. He was taking turns just destroying the entire team by himself. And that's a fact. Go look at the film. 2017 Game 1 NBA Conference Finals. He was destroying the whole team. Now, people may say, well, BJ, that's just one game. You can't just, evaluate one game. Well, that's true. That's why I'm going to go also throughout the season. Did y'all know that the Spurs beat the Golden State Warriors more times in the season? They were the only team in the Western Conference, hell, in the NBA, that can match that quote-unquote super team. I've said this more times than once. The Warriors, that team was very beatable. They went in 2018 the next year against the Houston Rockets with James Harden and Chris Paul. Took them to 7 games. Now, mind you, Chris Paul got injured in Game 5 with a hamstring because Chris Paul always gets injured at the worst times. They were up 3-2 after that Game 5 victory by the Houston Rockets. Chris Paul does not play those last 2 games. The Golden State Warriors win that series. So you're telling me that if Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs, a more disciplined team who have a better player in Kawhi Leonard, a little bit better than James Harden because he plays better defense at the time, and, he's a bigger, stronger, and I think he's a more mentally tougher player, you mean to tell me that the Spurs couldn't beat this Warriors team, even though they showed in the season they had a better edge? LaMarcus Aldridge, was playing at, all-star level. And it also debunks the argument that the Spurs somewhat carried Kawhi Leonard and that when Tim Duncan retired, that's when the Spurs went down. No, that's not true. That next season after Tim Duncan retired in 2017, Kawhi Leonard led the Spurs to the Western Conference Finals as the guy. As the guy. Go check it. Go ahead and check it out. But again, Kawhi Leonard gets this fatal knee injury. This is where all the little, nicks and knacks started happening. He gets down with a fatal injury to his knee. This is where y'all start seeing the low management. Now, I also want to bring this up point before I go to the next one. Because right now we're on 4 championships already that Kawhi Leonard could have, 2013 and now 2017. Because I do believe they beat this. Whoever comes out the West is going to go to the finals and win it all. That was my opinion. I think they would have beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's my opinion. Now, would that have happened? We never know because it didn't happen. But I'm just going by how many championships Kawhi Leonard, to me, left on the table. He goes down with this fatal knee injury. And then that's when y'all start seeing now the problems that we're seeing right now. Right? So He goes down with the knee injury 2017. The Spurs lose. They get swept the next 4 games. They go to 2018. Kawhi Leonard misses that year. And then you go to 2019. Kawhi Leonard wins a championship with Toronto Raptors, one of the greatest runs of all time. The ring right below him, the North Ring. He goes up and wins a championship. Every time Kawhi Leonard has a year where he misses because of injury or something regarding to, something serious, he comes back the next year as a monster. And this is why I feel like next year, Kawhi is going to be on a mission. It's a contract year for him, and he's going to ball out, right? He's going to ball out this upcoming season. But the fact that he had that injury in 2018 and come back in 2019 just shows how great he was. He had one of the greatest runs of all time in that 2019 Raptor run. If y'all do not, believe me, go back and check. He beat teams like the Philadelphia 76ers, who had Jimmy Butler. That was considered a super team with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons at the time. He beat the Milwaukee Bucks with the MVP and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and they got the revenge back on the Golden State Warriors for when Kawhi got hurt in 2017. That's why I don't really blink an eye when people say, "Well, you won because Kevin Durant was hurt." Well, hell, to me, I could say the same thing. The Warriors won because Kawhi Leonard was hurt. See how that works? Now, I don't wish injuries on nobody, but I'm just saying it's funny that 2 years later, not more than 2 years later, that Kawhi Leonard gets the revenge on the same team that hurt him, and he ends up getting a ring out of it and re-amplifying his career. So after 2019, Kawhi Leonard is now looked at as the best player in the NBA just because he's the winner of the championship. Y'all hit that like button as y'all come in here. I see the comments. I might not be able to get to everybody, but I see the comments definitely. Y'all, if y'all have any comments, if y'all want to hit the super chat, I'll definitely get those instantly because I can't read all of them at the same time. So hit that super chat, hit that Cash App. If y'all want to comment that y'all want to drop me, I definitely appreciate y'all. So we got let me see, 2019. So now we're on 2020, we're on the bubble. Now, this is the only time I can see in Kawhi Leonard's career where I looked at him when he was on the court and I was like, what in the hell happened? Right? In the closeout game against the Denver Nuggets, he had 17 points in Game 7. The Clippers have one of the most embarrassing flameouts of all time. They end up losing on the road. They end up losing in 7 games to the Denver Nuggets. They give up a 3-1 lead. They've been continuously, they've been continuously, mocked for being like, the laughing stock of the league for giving up a 3-1 lead. That's the first time I looked at Kawhi Leonard and I said, like, there's no excuse for this. Yes, he did have, to guard Nikola Jokic in Game 7, but again, at the same time, they're giving up that 3-1 lead, which is unacceptable. So this one, I'm not going to even talk about that they should have won because, I mean, hell, y'all just choked. Y'all got to hold that L. Shout out to my man Herm for the $10 donation. He said, drop the link, bro. Oh, yeah, I'm going to definitely drop the link, man. Shout out to my man Herm for the $10 donation, though. I'm going to drop the link, bro, in about 10 minutes. So I know you want to go in. I know we're going to get at it, bro. Let's go to 2021. Now, this Kawhi, to me, was the best Kawhi I've ever seen. Again, like I tell y'all, every time Kawhi Leonard has a down year or something happens, injury or something, he comes back with a vengeance the next following year. 2021, this was the best Kawhi Leonard I've seen. In the playoffs, to me, he was the best player. He guarded both sides of the ball. He averaged 32 points per game. He averaged, I believe, 9 rebounds. I don't know the assist. He shot 57% from the 2. What is it? 39% from the 3 and 88% from the line. The true shooting percentage was 62%. Right? So that means from the free throw and the field, that's how much it accumulated to 62%. So he really shot 62% field goal percentage shooting. So that was among the stuff that was just amazing. So Kawhi Leonard, to me, that was the best version of him that I've ever seen. Y'all can see this monster dunk he had on Derek Favors in Game 4 of the Utah Jazz. This is actually the same game that he ended up tearing his ACL. All right, so more and more injuries coming after what happened in 2017 when Zaza Pachulia stuck his foot out because apparently Kawhi Leonard was just destroying this whole entire Warriors team by himself. Right? So, what can we say about 2021? They ended up coming back on the Dallas Mavericks. Everybody was counting them out if they lost those first 2 games at home. They come back and beat the Mavericks in 7 games in the first round. Then here comes, the Utah series. The Clippers win that series without Kawhi Leonard when he goes down in Game 4. So if he was even there, I mean, really would have made a difference because they still won both games without him. So that's round 2. Round 3, they lose to the Phoenix Suns in 6 games. Now check this out. That same Phoenix Suns series, those first 2 games, of course, Paul George missed the free throws on one of those games. In this, second game, DeAndre Ayton had that put back dunk on the baseline. So Phoenix, I looked at as a team was a team that could have been beat even with Kawhi not there. So Kawhi's there, of course, you put 2 and 2 together, they're not losing that series. And then they go up against Milwaukee Bucks, who have all the faith in the world since Kawhi already took them out in 2019, that they would have beat them in the finals. But that's just, my opinion. But all I'm saying is when I keep talking about all these instances, 2013, 2017, and 2021, this guy's not even able to finish the entire playoff series. He's not even able to finish the playoffs. So when I say he's left championships on the table, that's what I'm talking about. 2017 and 2021 are two years I would have loved to see Kawhi Leonard play and finish out those playoffs to see what the outcome would have been. It's just unfortunate injuries at the wrong time has cost him the opportunity to win a championship, right? But here we go to the next year, 2022. He don't even play the entire year. Now, if they win this year in 2021, if they won that championship, who knows what will happen in 2022? Because I do personally believe Kawhi Leonard is a winner. He wants to win at all costs. He wants to win as many titles as he can. He has the highest winning percentages in NBA history over Magic Johnson, right? And people will say, well, because Kawhi Leonard don't play enough. You guys realize that Magic Johnson only played 11 years, right? But nobody holds that against him. The fact of the matter is when he gets to the big stages, he everywhere he goes, he tends to win. That's what it's been, no matter how many years he's playing. Right? But that's 2021. 2023 or 2022, we didn't get a chance to even see them, Kawhi even step on the court. So I'm not going to really use that as another year he could have won because he didn't play. This year in 2023, what happens? The first 2 games against the Phoenix Suns, he drops 38 points in a win for the Clippers, and he drops 31 in Game 2 in a loss. Now, going into the series against the Suns, people had their doubts and saying like Kawhi Leonard, people have their doubts saying that Kawhi Leonard could not get back to form. Towards the end of the season, from about February all the way to like March or to April, you could say Kawhi Leonard was playing the best in the entire league, was the best player. Right? He was averaging, I think, around 27 points from February all the way to April. He was the Western Conference Player of the Month that last season of this past year, the last month of this past year. So you can say he was the best player in the Western Conference. Hell, maybe in the league. So you see that, and then you see Kawhi Leonard also, against the Suns, giving Kevin Durant all he can handle. And I've said this before, I think Kawhi Leonard's been better than Kevin Durant. And I sure as hell wish that he never got hurt, because what you were seeing in that series is that without Paul George, y'all hold on 1 second. All right, hold on. All right. Without PG, the Clippers had a chance to win that damn series. And I know people ain't gonna admit it, but Kawhi Leonard tears his meniscus, and then here we go again. The Clippers lose 3 straight games without him. But after that first game, it's kind of like the same thing in 2017 against the Spurs, but at least he got a chance to finish 2 games. It was looking like Kawhi Leonard was going to actually lead this team. So you got 3 instances. You got 2013 against the Miami Heat. 2013. He misses a free throw down the stretch in game 6. And if he makes one of those free throws, the Spurs win that. They win a championship. And this is second year Kawhi Leonard, bro. Y'all gotta remember, this is second year Kawhi Leonard. He ain't even hit I don't think he even hit an All-Star yet. He didn't even hit an All-Star yet. He's already put in a position to have that type of load on him. I remember the series like it was yesterday. I remember he had a monster pip back dunk on Chris Anderson. That nasty dunk right there over Chris Bosh and Mike Miller. I don't know if y'all know how many bodies Kawhi Leonard has had in his career as far as dunking on people, but y'all better go check how many nasty dunks he's done had. Right? So that 2013, 2017, he gets cheap shotted by Zaza, a cheap shot. He goes down. Everybody knows in basketball you don't ever close out. Scooting forward underneath somebody's landing spot. That's how you get hurt and injured. That's why Greg Popovich was so upset, saying Zaza a cheap shot. That was dangerous because he knew what he was doing. Everybody knows that Zaza's a dirty player and what he's capable of doing. And there's no doubt in my mind that Kawhi Leonard, they did it to try to get an edge. Same thing. If y'all remember, Jalen Rose admitted he tried to hurt Kobe Bryant in Game 2 against the Indiana Pacers. Y'all remember when Jalen Rose came out and said that he tried to purposely hurt Kobe Bryant by scooting his foot underneath his landing spot, so he rolled his ankle. That's what sat him out the rest of that game. But bad news for the Pacers. Kobe Bryant played through that in games 3 and 4, and then the rest is history. But that's another instance in 2017. 2021, we all know what happened. He tore his ACL. Joe Ingles pushes him to the side. Now, I don't think he meant to hurt him, but again, we're just going by. These are just injuries that are at the worst time when this man is literally just killing on the court. So, call me crazy, call me a Kawhi lover, call me what you want to call me. I'm just speaking the facts. This ain't got nothing to do with none of that. And the fact that nobody even really talks about this is mesmerizing to me. The fact that nobody talks about how many championships this man has not even got a chance to compete in because of injuries. And had he been on the court, I'm looking at more than 2 championships. That's for damn sure. Now, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in about the next 2-3 minutes. I'm about to, do a commercial break. I'm going to come back with my announcement, and then I'm going to drop the link with y'all, man. And yeah, we're going to take a 2-minute break. All right. All right. So again, get y'all membership badges. Have y'all not got them already, make sure y'all get those membership badges, man. Definitely appreciate y'all coming in. Um, so before I let people in, man, I want to, give y'all some important announcement, man. It's crazy that this is even something that I'm about to say, man, because a lot of emotions has been going, rocking me as of late, man, because this is something that has been very, very emotions been running through me. Just want to be upfront with y'all. Y'all been rocking me for so long that I have to, what I'm saying, give y'all y'all getting the chance to know me more and more. And I think it's only right to let y'all know, man. So y'all my LA Clipper family, so I'm about to get y'all going. And I have I have just accepted a position with the LA Clippers, man. After a long, strenuous, crazy, secretive process that I've been going through for the last month, interviews, conversations, emotions up and down, um, private talks with, Rick and Tay and Hope and my family, everybody, man. I will be part of the 2023-2024 LA Clippers staff this upcoming season, meaning I will be getting a chance to rub shoulders with yours truly, the ones we're talking about right now. And it's only fitting that we talked about. I'll be rubbing shoulders with Kawhi, rubbing shoulders with PG, rubbing shoulders with Bones, Rocco, Norman Powell, the whole crew, Russ. I'll be rubbing shoulders. I'll get a chance to be being around them quite a bit, man. And this is something that's been just I still can't believe it, man. Y'all know that this has been something I've been praying for, working towards for the last betterment of 2-3 years, man. Like y'all know, like, man, like to even be able to get into like an NBA position like this, bro. Y'all understand just the amount of rings you gotta jump through, the amount of hurdles you got to jump over, the amount of no's you get, the amount of whatever. It is mind boggling, and it takes a toll on your emotions, man, because you start seeing stuff behind the scenes that you had no idea of. What I'm saying, coming into this, all you want to do is just get an opportunity, get a job, and all that stuff, man. So it's something that really is something that I feel like is, really taking a lot to really process, man. And now that I'm finally in, um, I'm in. I am in. I am in, bro. So it's official, dog. It's official. It's official. I'll be working for the game night staff, so I'll be with um I'll be with the media crew. I'll be with, what I'm saying, helping out with the interviews. I'll be doing like the seating with, some of the season ticket holders and stuff. Like those will be my two main areas. But apparently it's gonna be game night staff. So it's something that's very very, very humbling, man. So I'm gonna drop this link for y'all, man. So y'all can come in. And I know I got a lot of people. I know starting with Herm, he wants to try to come at my neck. So I'm gonna drop this link for y'all, man. But yeah. Um, let's see. Kirk, what's good, brother?
What's good, BJ? First of all, congrats, BJ. Congrats, man.
Oh man, appreciate you, brother.
You
Appreciate you, brother.
yes, you're working under your favorite team. Like you said, behind the scenes. Hey, congrats, bro. Like that's big. Like, congrats. I know this is what you wanted. You're doing something that you love too. So, bro, congrats. Like, first, congratulations, bro. So, hard work paid off.
Appreciate, appreciate you, dog.
Yes,
Appreciate you,
sir.
man.
Yeah, no problem. I had to get in this chat because I keep missing your damn chats. And by the way, I know we ain't talking about Steph Curry and Magic Johnson, but Magic Johnson is by far the best point guard I've ever seen. Highlights, anything. Magic Johnson's the best point guard of all time. That's just my personal opinion. I already gave you my points in the comments. Like he's the best. He's the best point guard of all time. But if we're talking about Kawhi and the championships that he left on the table, because I like the points you made. You made some very key points. The only points I think I disagree with you on 2 points. So he
Mhm.
has 2 championships, right? Okay, so that's two. Okay, 2013. I don't think that he left 2013 on the table. I mean, I know he missed that one free. I know he split free throws, but that shot that Ray Allen hit is so iconic. I can never say that Kawhi changed that series. That if he would have shot, I mean, of course he would have changed it if he would made that free throw, but I cannot say that he left that championship on the table because that shot and that series just was just so iconic. It was just I don't think there was nothing Kawhi could do to change that outcome in that series. So I'm not gonna say 2013 was a championship he left on the table. And he was his second year, so I disagree with you on that. Even though he could have changed with the free throw, but that shot was so iconic. I cannot just say, "Oh, Kawhi, he would have made this free throw." No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna say 2013 is a championship he left on the table. But what I will say is, I do agree with you on the 2014. I mean, 2017 when he was healthy, facing the Warriors. They looked undefeatable until he stepped, until he was giving them buckets and everything, and then the injury he got from Zaza, whatever. If they would have beat them, he would have had another championship, and he probably would have been Finals MVP. So okay, so that's 3 championships. Then we go back to the after 2019. I disagree with you on the bubble, and here's the reason why. The 2009 was it 2019-20 year, right? If there was no bubble, because the way Kawhi came out that Toronto's Raptors championship, he was balling. Like he was actually playing the best basketball. I mean, prior to the 2021 season, he was playing his best basketball of his career. Like the way he was playing that whole season before the bubble hit, he was playing some pretty good IQ basketball. And then the bubble hit and changed everything. So even though they folded against the Nuggets, if there was no bubble, Kawhi would have had another championship. So what is that? That's 4 championships, right? He would have had okay, so that's 4 championships, legitimately. 2017, and 2019 and 20. That's just my personal opinion. So that's 4 championships. The fifth championship is obviously the 2021-22, I think, right? Or was it the 2020? No, the 20.
2021. 2021.
Exactly. 2021. That's the fifth championship. He would have had that just by far to me. I mean, obviously, Paul George was giving it to the Suns. I mean, by himself, Kawhi was averaging what 30 on like 56% shooting, something like that. Like
Yeah,
he was
57.
yeah,
Yep.
it was something crazy. Like you said, true shooting 65%. Like that was I agree with you. That's the best Kawhi I've ever seen. Like, period. Like defensive wise, just two posters, Derek Favors, and then someone else on Mavericks. So he was just doing he honestly looked like Michael Jordan. That's how crazy he was balling. Like he was like, damn. So to me, like I said, 2017, I don't count that. 2013, if you want to, 6 championships, but I don't count it. I'm gonna say 2017. I'm gonna say 1920. If the bubble didn't happen, the bubble changed everything. The Clippers did not want to be in the bubble. I'm just being honest. That's the whole team said. Even what's his name? One of the dudes, I forget his name. He doesn't play in the NBA no more. He said on the Brooklyn. He said the boys didn't want to be in the bubble. They didn't want to be in the bubble. The whole bubble changed everything. And the 2021 season. So he left to me 3 championships on the table, and we can argue obviously, like you just said, the 2022-23 season, but we don't know how the hell that was going to look like. So, and the Nuggets look like a team to be beaten. I mean, they couldn't be beaten. So, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say those 3 years right there. To me, he left 3 championships on the table. I'm not going to say 2013 because that Ray Allen shot was too iconic. So, I can't disrespect that Ray Allen shot. I mean, we can say that free throw, but that series alone, man, that was a crazy ass series, man. That was how the fuck did y'all win that? Like it was just like it seemed like that was written. So I'm not going to even say that. But those 3 championships, I mean those 3 years that he could have won, yeah. I would say he left 3 championships on the table. He should
My
have
God.
yeah.
My God. Man, appreciate you, bro, man. That's all great points, man. Mrs. Tay, what's good, Tay?
Hey, BJ. Hey, panel. Everybody on the panel and in the
Hello.
chat.
Salute.
BJ,
What's going on?
I really just want to get up here and just let you know how proud I am of you, um, and how you keep moving the goalposts. You are really doing the damn thing. Let me just say that. Hopefully, that's not a bad word, but I just say, just just keep going. Just keep going. Um, the best is
Amen.
still yet to the best is still yet to come, and I just want to let you know how proud I am of you. And I'm gonna drop down.
Hey,
Amen.
let me say this about Tay. Like, she has been one of the few that has been directing me. It's like the emotions up and down over the last few days. So, I don't say too many things about, things personally, but she has been very, very helpful. Her and Brick, Hope, they've been very helpful. And also, we're going to continue the podcast for those who are wondering. The podcast will continue. It's just,
Okay.
this was just something that now that, we can actually announce it. So, but Tay's been a very vital part of, helping me with this decision as well. So I got to say thanks to Tay. Shout out to her.
You welcome. You know I got you anytime. But salute to you, to
It's starting this
everybody.
season, BJ.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, this season.
mhm,
Oh,
mhm,
that's what's up.
mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
What you,
well, well, salute to y'all, and I'm gonna get back in the chat.
all right.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
Salute to
Bye.
you.
Okay.
All
That
right.
was nice. That was nice, Miss Tay.
OC, what you got, my man? What you got about this?
Well, I kind of agree. I kind of agree with what a lot of people were saying. I say about, I say he should have about 4 to 5 championships by now. I say he at least left one with the Spurs, and I say he left two on the table with the Clippers. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Y'all hit that like button, smash that like button as y'all come in here. Hit the share, hit the subscribe. Bubba, what's good, my guy? And
What up,
shout
B?
out to Bubba for doing Thursday Appreciation Night. If y'all have not saw that, man, Bubba did his thing on Thursday, man. He got a new
Yeah,
channel coming soon. So
I did not, but congrats though.
yeah,
yeah,
I
appreciate it,
listened to that. I listened to that. You did do a good job, but
appreciate it. And congratulations to you, BJ, for the the position you got. I saw in the chat somebody said, "You're a towel boy." I mean, it don't matter to me, but hey,
nah, ain't no damn
he,
towel, boy. That's for sure.
he moving up in the world.
Even so,
Y'all
it
should,
don't
y'all
even matter.
right.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Whoever said that need to get to being a towel boy themselves.
But
Appreciate you, bro.
yeah, but the Kawhi thing, me personally, I think the only championship he left on the table was 2021, because if you factor in how amazing he was playing, he was giving you like phenomenal numbers on ridiculous efficiency, and he was playing defense. I really believe that that's the only time he could have won, because I believe they would have beaten the Suns if he was on there. And if they get to the finals, they definitely, me personally, I believe they beat Milwaukee, because Kawhi has Giannis's number. But with the 2013, I don't think he left that on the table, because at that point, Kawhi, like you just said, he was in the second season, and he was not a good free throw shooter. So the Heat made a good choice by fouling him and putting him on the line, because he was not a good free throw shooter. So they believe it with him on the line, they probably have a chance, because he could potentially miss one. So
And he
they could
was
probably,
young too.
yeah, and he was young too. So I don't really think he left that on the table. But against the Golden State Warriors in 2017, like you said, he was busting their ass, but that was a 1 game sample size, and we can't really go off 1 game, because I remember James Harden used to go off on the Warriors in 2018. He was giving them 40 balls, because you know he was going off, but we can't just use that 1 game to go off and say that, oh, he would have won, because he was going off on them. But I believe with him on the court, they have a better chance of winning. Now, do they win the championship? I don't know, because LeBron was also going off in the East. So if they meet in the finals, I don't know. It's up for grabs. The better team can win. But I want to get on you for saying that the Sixer team in 2019 was a super team, because, bro, yeah, we had Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and all these players, but, bro, you can't tell me that Ben Simmons in year 2, Joel Embiid in year 3 is a super team. Yeah, Jimmy Butler was on the team. He was an established player, but, bro, up until that point, he had never been out the second round. Now tell me a team with players that never made it out the second round that's a super team.
Okay, so let me correct this. So when I say super team, that was what was being publicized. Remember, Bubba, you guys were picked to come out the East.
Bro,
Y'all
that's
were the
not true.
favorite.
That's not
Who
true.
was picked?
Series?
Y'all were picked over Toronto to win that series.
Nah, Toronto was favorite. Go look it up, bro.
No,
Bro, go look
no.
it up. I looked this
Bro,
up.
no. Are
Now
you no?
Toronto was favored in that
Toronto was. They
series.
was the second seed, bro.
I mean, they were the second seed, but Philly they were the third seed that season. I know Philadelphia had the upper edge as far as the ESPN outlets and stuff. They were picking Philly to win.
The pundits were picking Philly.
They weren't picking Toronto because Kawhi coming off that injury, that next season, they didn't know what they was going to get out of him. And that was still the second round.
Matter of fact, during that whole playoff run, the only time Toronto got picked for the favorite was against Orlando.
Yep. It was Philadelphia was favored to get to the finals. They were saying they were going to beat Milwaukee that next round if they got a chance to play them.
That's facts.
Yep.
So, but Herm, what's good, Big Herm? I know you want to go at me, bro. What's good, man?
You can even become bigger than that. You may even get a higher role down the line, whether it's with the Clippers or whether it's with another franchise. So that's a big thing. Get your name around. Then you're around the sport you love. There's nothing like working, doing something that you love, something that you're passionate about, man. So salute to you. I'm proud of you, bro. Man, keep doing your thing. The podcast going to even grow even further and even more with that, because now with you working with them, you know what that comes with. More interviews, more everything that you could possibly do to even further your brand. So, man, salute to you for that. But
Appreciate you, bro.
I gotta get on you about the crazy delusion that I hear you and other Kawhi fans are saying right now. Y'all are the most delusional fan base in the world, man. Like, end of the day,
No, that's coming.
dude really should have only one championship. Toronto, it was really just because Golden State was hurt. You go
That's a
back
good
to
point.
that.
That's a good point.
You You go back to that 2017 situation. They would have had a 6 game series. I think the Spurs would have been competitive. I think they would have made it tough for Golden State, but Golden State would have figured it out because they got too much firepower. And San Antonio damn well don't have the defenders to deal with Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. And then Iggy and those boys would have made a difference. That bench would have made a difference in that series. So I think Golden State had a better bench. So either way it go, they wouldn't have won that series. They would have won 6 games. For Forza of Toronto thing, most overhyped run in NBA history. It's nowhere near the level of what Dirk did, what Akeem Olajuwon did as a 6 seed, and even what LeBron James did as a 6 seed with Cleveland and leading that 2018 to the damn championship. They got their ass swept, but he
And
led
got
them far.
swept. Exactly.
Yeah, they got that, but that shit was way more
Our
impressive
champ,
than what Kawhi did at Toronto, because Toronto
I,
was just in the conference
yeah,
finals with DeMar
I
DeRozan.
disagree. I disagree with that, but keep
Ah,
going there.
that's not impressive when you go against a Milwaukee Bucks team with Eric Bledsoe as the point guard. Eric Bledsoe as the point guard. Y'all want to get that credit, nigga? Like that's something special, bro. Eric
Chris
Bledsoe was
Middleton
the
and
starter
Giannis
point.
too, bro. Come
Eric
on, bro.
Bledsoe was the
Stop it.
starter
Stop
point
it.
guard. Giannis ain't that good to me anyway. He ain't no
He's not
all
that
time.
good.
He ain't
Two-time
no.
MVP, Defensive Player of the Year,
He
championship.
ain't no
Not that
top.
good.
He ain't.
What?
He ain't no top 20 player of all time. And
Of
then
course
you want
he's
to
not.
bring
He's
up
still
interest. Hey,
playing.
hey, hey, can you stand down? I let y'all niggas
Yeah,
talk.
let
Can
him
you
let him
I'm
stand
finish,
down?
sorry.
sir.
I'm
He good.
I'm sorry. I got a
And,
little emotional.
my bad, Hearns.
And
Go ahead.
then
I'm sorry.
yeah, and then you got to bring up injuries. If that's the case, I can go back to the Houston Rockets, nigga. If didn't break his foot in that Lakers series, they would have went to the championship. But plus T Mac was hurt. That Rockets team went to the conference finals with Ray for Austin, Ron Artest, Trevor Ariza, and T Mac was hurt. So imagine T Mac wasn't hurt in those years in Houston. He probably had 2 or 3 championships. So when you do shit like that, that's a dangerous role because you could bring up other players. Legacies probably would have been changed if it wasn't for injuries. If it wasn't for some
Mm.
Grant Hill, the T Mac
good
Hill, that
point.
they was actually healthy, they would have in that time in the early 2000s, they would have made it to the NBA Finals. Because think
Penny
about who
Hardaway
was
too.
making. To
I
think
agree with
about
that.
who. Think about who was making it to the final. New Jersey Nets with Jay Kidd and Kenyon Martin and them. They would not have been better than the Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill Orlando Magic team. Then you got to look at the
I,
Philadelphia 76ers when they made it. They would not have been better than the Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill type of team. So, at the end of the day, when you do that, you crossing the thin line and you're making it dangerous. He won that one ring in San Antonio. That's the only ring he should have right now. That's the only ring he should have. You can't have no what could have should have been. He should have won in the bubble when he was
but,
healthy. They were the best.
but they
Everybody
haven't
was picking
established
them.
themselves.
No.
Everybody was picking them to win in the bubble. They stood up there, lost to a young ass Denver Nuggets team and blew a 3-1 lead. That's his fault. That's one of the biggest travesties in NBA history. One of the biggest choke jobs in
Oh.
NBA history as well. Yeah, I don't want to bring up that type of shit, but you want to sit up there and want to bring up what else? Because of 2021, he had a good run. Yeah, so what? And the nigga got hurt. It is what it is. You can't have no what else when a nigga get hurt, man. Nigga didn't get it done. Nigga body broke down, and it is what it is. Nigga should have one championship. Y'all be satisfied with the shit
But you
that he
contradicting
do
yourself,
have,
Hearn.
cause he ain't gonna get. Hey, shut up, nigga. Shut up when a grown man talking. You sit there doing all that damn
Hold on, I
capping.
ain't disrespect you now, brother.
Y'all
Go on,
doing
go
all
on
that
now, man.
goddamn capping and trying to defend. Y'all niggas don't tell the truth. Y'all niggas don't tell the truth. Stop living that delusional shit. Stop living in fairy tale land and realize the nigga body breakdown. The nigga ain't built. The nigga can't stay on the court. The nigga got lucky in Toronto and be satisfied that he got the accomplishments that he got. Cause he damn sure well, I kind of hope the Clippers win now because BJ working for him. That means he get a ring. But outside of me hoping they do something, they ain't gonna win shit with the Clippers. They ain't gonna win a championship. The Clippers ain't gonna win shit. Kawhi ain't gonna get another championship unless he stack the deck and join and make a super team. That's about the only way that nigga gonna win another ring. So y'all stop this goddamn delusion out, man. Y'all out of line, man.
We're out
Yeah,
of
I
line,
just
Herb. That's
You
crazy.
just contradicted
He
yourself,
said
though.
he
You
said he
said
said he don't
but then you
I
said he
got it.
only
Go
got
ahead. Go
one
ahead.
championship. That's a contradiction because he has two.
Herb's just talking, man. He just say Giannis ain't that good. 2-time MVP, a championship, and a defensive player of the year ain't that good.
He
Herb
ain't no
smoking
he
crack.
ain't no he ain't no top 25 player of all time.
You Herb, is he still playing the game? How old is Giannis? He's not even 30,
I
yo.
don't,
He's
I
not
don't
even
give a
30.
damn how. I don't give a
Why would
damn
he be
how
a
old he
hold
is.
up? Why would he be a top 30
He
player?
lost to the AC. He got gentleman swept by AC. Carry on. I don't want to hear shit else about Giannis. He got
Wow,
swept.
that's
He got
crazy. And a
gentleman
back
swept
injury
by
too? Didn't he
AC.
have a back injury?
I don't give a damn about injuries. Are part of the game. No
So Jimmy,
excuse.
hold up. But he got swept by them. But Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler does
Butler.
not have a.
Jimmy Butler was hurt in that same series.
Does Jimmy
So
Butler have a
no
ring, Herm?
excuses.
Does Jimmy
No
Butler have a
excuses.
ring, or
With
does
an
Giannis
ankle
have a
injury.
ring?
He was hurt in that
Does
same
Jimmy Butler
series
have
with
a
an
ring,
ankle injury.
Herm?
It don't matter. It's still,
Yes, it
he was the
does.
AC. No, it don't. Cause Jimmy
That was
Butler ain't never been.
embarrassing though.
Jimmy Butler ain't never been looked at like that.
Okay, so okay,
He ain't never been
So,
looked at like
that's
that.
a bad
Nobody
conversation.
don't say he. So have anybody ever said Jimmy Butler been the best at his position or been the best player in the league? Has anybody ever
No,
said
I
that
agree with
about him?
that. No, I agree with that.
All
He
right, so
hasn't been looked
shut
at like
your
that.
ass up, man, and carry on. Shut up.
we
Wow,
got
this man.
You shut the
He
fuck
get,
up. I'm tired of you talking about it like you
hey,
somebody.
Herb,
Shut the
bro,
fuck
Herb got
up,
no
little bitch.
arguments, man.
Shut the
He's just
fuck up.
talking.
Little bum ass dude. Shut him up, bro.
Hey,
He
Thomas,
always,
you
he
can't.
always
Hey,
trying to
bro,
talk people off. He ain't talking about nobody. Tell him to shut the fuck
bro,
up.
I'm not worried about him, bro. You gotta let stupid be stupid, bro. You gotta let
Yeah,
stupid be stupid.
I'm the dumbest dude on this panel, bro.
I agree,
He,
actually. He smokes too much weed.
yeah, OJ and Nobi done locked up KD, LeBron, and Kawhi in 3 back-to-back games after Kawhi left Toronto, and that motherfucker was out the whole fucking playoffs for the Raptors. If you don't think he locking up Klay Thompson, you lost your fucking mind. The same Klay Thompson y'all call a bum now, and you talking about OJ and Nobi, all defensive team ain't locking him up. He was out in the playoffs. Lying motherfucker. And Kawhi gonna cook KD just like you was fucking cooking him this year. Get the fuck out of here with them stupid ass fucking lies. Kyle Lowry had one bad hand in the 85% of the playoffs. The announcers was like, why do they not push Kyle Lowry to his bad
Keep
hand?
glazing, nigga. Keep
They kept
glazing,
letting him
nigga.
dribble one
Keep
fucking hand,
glazing,
stupid
nigga.
ass. Fuck out of here, lying. Whoever's up next, go
Emotional
ahead. Cause
ass,
I'm
nigga.
gonna fry his ass when I get done. Go ahead. Whoever's
Emotional
up next,
ass,
go ahead.
nigga. Shut your ass up, man. With that
Lying, the
emotional
motherfucker.
ass
Always
shit.
up here lying and
Nobody
capping.
ain't lying.
Goofy ass motherfucker.
If that the case, then James Harden and the Rockets should have beat Golden State. Cause James Harden was
Yep,
constantly dropping 45.
and they was going to
He
be,
constantly was dropping
Golden State playing
45.
with a
He
Golden State.
constantly was cooking Golden
They was
State.
going to be
He was
Golden
doing
State
way
because
more than
CP
what
popped his
Kawhi Leonard
hamstring.
ass was doing. James Harden was doing 40-point
That's
triple doubles.
false. That's
He was doing
false, Herb.
40-point triple doubles
What
and
happened in
shit.
Game
He was
7?
doing way. Hey, guess what? What happened in Game 7 in the bubble for Kawhi Leonard? So shut your
Bro,
ass
come
up,
on,
man.
bro. You know, hold
Shut your
on,
ass up with the
hold up, Herb.
hypocrisy,
You
nigga.
know if that bubble didn't happen, bro, they wouldn't have lost like that, bro. They
Man,
did
I
not want to
don't
be in
give a
that bubble.
damn. Everybody
Bro,
picked the Clippers to
that
win.
bubble wasn't even a real
Everybody picked them
season,
to
bro.
win.
It was not a real NBA season.
Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell and Jamal
now you want to
Murray.
use that as the excuse, and
Come on,
everybody
Herb.
picked them to come out.
Can I
Everybody
give you
picked them to
some? I can
win.
give you some great points, bro, of why it wasn't a real NBA season. Jamal Murray and
Nah,
Donovan Mitchell.
no
Hold up, bro.
excuses.
Jamal
Cause
Murray and Donovan
if
Mitchell
that
were
the case,
averaging like
nah,
45 in the first
if that
round.
the case, they had an opportunity to say I'm not playing
Bro,
in
they
this
didn't want to
shit.
be in that bubble, bro.
All
Nobody
right, so
wanted to
why
be in
they
that
go
bubble,
then? So why
bro.
they
Because
go then?
they had to go to
They
the
didn't have
bubble.
to. Avery
Yes,
Bradley
they
didn't
did.
play. Avery Bradley didn't participate
Bro,
in the
stop it,
bubble.
man. Stop it, bro. We both
I'm
know
just
if that
saying.
bubble didn't happen, bro, that
And
shit
he
wouldn't
don't
have been
make
like
no
that, bro.
Rendell money. Them niggas make.
I don't
He don't
count
make
that
no
bubble, bro.
Rendell money.
So you count
He
LeBron's
sat
bubble
out.
ring? You count LeBron's bubble ring, bro? I don't count
Yes,
that shit.
yes, you count the championship. You
That
gotta
shit
count
was
the championship. I'm
okay.
not
So hold
even a
up.
LeBron
If you
fan,
count,
but you gotta count.
Okay. Then you count 2019 championship when everybody was on the court. Then shut your stupid ass up.
exactly, bro. So what the you
Goofy
be
ass
talking, bro?
motherfucker. You always
Herb
up
just
No,
be
here
everybody
talking.
talking
wasn't
loud,
on
bro.
the court for Golden State.
You the dumbest dude on this panel, and everybody know it. Shut your dumb ass up.
Thomas, you want to know something? You delusional. Hey,
Yeah,
you want to
you
know
talking
something?
about, oh yeah, gonna count the bubble, but we don't count 2019. Listen out here,
Nah,
hypocrite you
I ain't
sound, you
saying it
stupid
don't count.
motherfucker.
I ainget never said, hey, you dumb
Yes, you did.
motherfucker.
You just said
Yes,
Get
you
the
did.
Kawhi
get the
Yes, you
don't
did.
count
You
earwax
said
out
it.
your
2019.
You
motherfucking
lying
ear, you
motherfucker.
dumb
You lying
motherfucker.
You just
motherfucker.
said
You just
Kawhi
said
don't count
No, I
2019
didn't.
didn't count. Shut your goofy ass retarded ass up.
Hey,
Shut
we all
your
gotta
goofy
chill.
ass up.
We all gotta chill. Like,
Yeah, we
BJ.
gotta get
You
one
a
at a
lying
time.
hypocrite motherfucker.
Hold on,
And
hold on, hold
you
on,
mad because your boy
hold on,
John Moran fucking
hold,
trash and
Now,
can't get the
let me
limelight
oh
you
tell
my
you,
want him to
this is
God,
get.
what
hold
bro,
on,
let's
Shut
get
your
hold on,
back
big
to
hold
loving
on,
ass
topics.
up.
hold on.
he don't
Y'all
listen,
gotta go
BJ.
one at a time. I gotta
Calm
go one
down.
at a time. I got one at a time, man. I gotta go one
BJ
at a time.
to respond to what he just said. I ain't never said the championship didn't count, you dumb
Yes, the fuck you
motherfucker.
did. That's the first
No,
thing
I
you said
didn't.
out
Hey,
your mouth. You said
hold
No, I
on.
2019
didn't.
don't
No, I.
count.
Hey,
Yes, you
Thomas,
did.
can you
Yes, you
Thomas got
listen?
his
did.
Spurs ring.
Yes, you did.
Hey,
Thomas,
Yes,
let
you
so
Herb
did.
Thomas.
Like,
talk.
stop lying. Stop
Let
lying. The
Herb
whole
talk
Can
panel
real
you
heard
quick.
you.
Hold
listen
on,
though?
The whole panel heard
Sean.
you. Stop
Let
You listen though.
Let Herm finish his point. I'm gonna let you go. Let Herm finish his point. Go ahead, Herm.
Slow your emotional ass down, motherfucker. But end of the day, bro, End of the day, bro, I say he should only have one ring. I ain't saying that his ring in Toronto didn't count. I just believe
You
he
just
only should
said it.
have one. Only reason
That's
that I
what
said
I'm
that because he beat a hobbled and injured Golden State team. Klay Thompson got hurt in game 5. You got Kevin Durant only played 11 minutes, and them 11 minutes that he played, he was clearly the best player on the court for them 11 minutes.
Why they lose the
And
first
you don't
quarter
want,
then?
but
They
you want
still
to talk
lost the
about
first quarter.
no. But
31-30, they lost.
Hold on, Thomas. Let me finish. And then you can go on your damn rant with your loud ass mic and all that bullshit and put your mouth on the phone. You can do that in a second. Let me finish. Because you got capping ass niggas like BJ bringing up that one game with the Spurs. I could bring up 11 minutes for Golden State with Kevin Durant because he was clearly the best player. He was
No, he
perfect
wouldn't.
from the gap.
Why he
He was
wasn't the best
perfect
player
from
this
the
year then?
field. He was perfect from the field. He was clear cut. The difference making in that series. And even though he got hurt and tore his Achilles, Golden State had the momentum because of him because he set the goddamn tone. And it carried on for that team to win that game. End of the day, if that the case, BJ could bring up 11 minutes for Kevin Durant. And he would have kept doing what he was doing. Man, but end of the day,
That's a good
y'all
point.
gotta be honest. Y'all gotta stop being fanboys and face the reality of the situation of Kawhi Leonard's career, bro. End of the day, he's a great player. I think when healthy, he's one of the top players in the game. And he arguably could be the best in the game. But end of the day, saying that he should have 4 or 5 championships, I just feel y'all out y'all goddamn mind and y'all fanboys just delusional as fuck. Ain't no way he should have 4 or 5 rings.
Well,
Ain't no way.
I'll say this, Herb. We're only saying that because that's the topic of the conversation, but we all know that obviously he has 2 rings. Like it goes either way. Like I mean, of course he has 2
Kurt,
rings.
you
You know what I'm
lying. You
saying?
lying. The 2019 ring don't count. Herb say he only got 1.
I ain't
Yeah.
never said it didn't count, you dumb motherfucker.
Herb's just talking, man. But I don't count that bubble,
That's
bro.
all
And
he
a lot
do.
of people don't count that bubble, bro. Like that bubble was not even a real NBA season. It stopped the season, and they literally had to start the season back up in a couple months in summertime, and that's a real NBA season, bro. I think you even got real NBA players that said it's not a real season.
Hey Kurt,
That's not a real season.
Hey Kurt, you know one of LeBron James' other ring he won was the NBA strike season as well.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. 2012.
Yeah,
Yeah. LeBron got a lot of phony rings, bro. Ray Allen shot. That's a phony ring, low key.
Hey, but guess what? Guess what? I'm gonna do some hosting on some shows on this channel, and I'm gonna be the one talking, and I'm gonna expose a lot of that LeBron shit, and I'm gonna expose the shit we talking about on today's show too. But go ahead, whoever next, go ahead and go, so y'all can let
I
Daddy
don't
cook
want to talk
all
about
this
no
shit up.
damn Jay Reed. Fuck LeBron. I don't want to talk about LeBron. Fuck
LeBron
him.
got about like 3 phony rings, bro.
Well, Kurt brought up LeBron. That's why I replied about that.
LeBron got like 3
Let me ask
phony
you a
rings.
question. Let me ask you. So let me ask Herm a question. So, okay, so let me go back to some of the points. So Herm said that he should have 1 ring. So I'm gonna ask you this, Herm. So let's go back to 2017, right? So
Good point.
you say the Warriors were going to beat the Spurs. So are you going off of what you believe in your heart, or because of the firepower the Warriors have, or do you think it's because you just thought the Warriors were a better team and that's just what you think analytically? What you mean when they just going to win?
Golden State was just a better and deeper team. They had a better roster, hands down. Kawhi could have kept playing out of his mind, but I think the firepower of Golden State, the good overall, how good it was of a team they were, and how deep they was, they were going to be too much for that Spurs team. The Spurs were going to play their hearts out. They were going to make it a tough series.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the possible upset in game 1 when Kawhi was torturing him, doesn't mean that he was going to do that the whole damn series and win the series. He can't do that. James Harden really did the same shit, and he was getting 40-point triple doubles on Golden State.
So let me ask you this,
I gotta make a point after that too.
Going off what you just said, if you can't say he was gonna cook up the whole series like that just because he was hot, then use that same logic in 2019.
See, and that's what I was going with. So
you can't have that logic.
That's what I was going with.
Okay.
So 2017, the 2017. So
No,
let me also bring this up too in 2019. If I go back to 2017, so that was Herm. That was definitely one of the greatest runs because that same run is similar to the run Michael Jordan had in 1992. That was the best version of Jordan. I mean, you could kind of probably tell because you're a little older, But would you agree
Yeah.
that 92 Jordan was probably the best, was peak Jordan?
1991 Jordan to me, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I think
1991.
1991 Jordan was better because for the
I agree,
overall things he was doing, double-digit assists that he was averaging throughout the
I agree, Herb.
playoffs. He was real
Facts.
dominant. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was doing this thing almost all the time. But to
I
put
agree.
Kawhi Leonard in the same tier as Michael Jordan, that's nasty as well. Because Jordan was dominant, was way more dominant to me. Honestly, Kawhi Leonard. That run, don't get me wrong, bringing a Canadian team that never won shit in ring, that's a big mark on his legacy. He could get a lot of credit for that. But at the same damn time, you got to realize Toronto was already a great overall team with a few adjustments that they made. People forget that they got the steal of that season, get a Marc Gasol in the trade. That was the steal of the
Facts.
All-Star break when
Facts.
they got
So,
Marc
so
Gasol, and that elevated them more to end up being more because they dominated the paint the whole series. They dominated the boards the whole playoffs. Despite us struggling from the field, they still were dominant in those aspects, and that's
Most
why they was beating those
Mm-hmm.
teams. So, end
so
of the day, there was a great defensive overall team, and all Kawhi Leonard had to do was showcase how great he was offensively, in which he did
And defensively
dominate.
too.
that's what I'm saying.
look at the
Defensively,
rebounds.
it wasn't
But
just,
the teams that they win against, don't get it twisted. I'm not gonna sit up there and give a nigga $100 million. I ain't gonna give him props and put him on the level as the Dirks and the Hakeems when he going against a damn Milwaukee Bucks team with no point guard who believe Eric Bledsoe is the real deal. Like he's a
but see,
top
we
5
gotta
point guard in the
keep
league.
He was
consistency though,
starting point.
because
Nah, I'm
if
just being real. Just be
because
real,
if we
y'all. I
look at the
mean,
numbers,
so
look at
that's
the
props. You
Look
give a
at the
the
nigga props
numbers.
to deal with
the
Eric Bledsoe,
numbers that he was,
5'8" point guard.
but the numbers that Kawhi was putting up was similar to Jordan's. So the runs that 2019 run, look at the teams he faced, and the Milwaukee team
Those
had the
teams are not
MVP.
all-time great
He had
teams.
the
None of those
MVP.
teams in the East were
He
all-time
had
great teams.
he literally had the MVP
None
in
of those teams would
2019.
beat the New York Knicks in the New York Knicks in '92. None of those teams would be able to compete with the Reggie Miller Pacers around that
Okay,
time.
how
None
about
of
this?
those teams was on that
How
level.
about we just look at Kawhi's performance then? Okay, look at the numbers he put up. He averaged 31, 9 rebounds,
Hey, BJ.
3 assists, 1.6 steals. So he
You
wasn't
know,
just giving you
you know
offense,
it's dangerous what you're doing. I keep
and
trying to
he
tell
was
you that.
efficient from the field. Like he shot
So,
50,
if I
40, and
pull up,
89.
Wasn't he
so if
third
I
like all points, like all time points
no,
in the
no, no,
playoff
but
or
Bro,
look,
something like
but
that?
look, but look, but look. Hey, BJ, I want you to do this right quick. Pull up Jamal Murray's this season, this past season's playoff run, and compare it to Kawhi's. What you putting them now?
You said who? Who did he say?
okay, how about
Jamal
this?
Murray's.
Jamal.
See,
Oh,
that's what
stop it, bro. Stop it.
this is
Nah,
what I'm
I'm
Pull up the
telling you,
saying.
it's
shit.
a dangerous
Pull,
No, no, no,
landing
no, no, no,
place.
no, no, it's
Pull up
not. I
Jamal
got this.
Murray.
I got this. The
pull it
problem
up,
is,
bro.
he's looking at simply offense. He's
Wow.
just looking at offense.
Now
It's the
Jamal Murray
defense,
played defense too. He
but he
played
wasn't doing
defense
that
through
no
this
all
playoff
time. He's
run.
not
Not
guarding
no
the best
elite
player.
defense.
He's not guarding the best
He
player.
ain't no lockdown nigga, but he was
Jamal,
playing defense.
Jamal Murray wasn't
Pull
even
up the
your
numbers.
he wasn't even your number one player, bro. It was
It don't
Jokic.
matter.
Exactly.
So that
Look at
He
makes
the
no
wasn't.
numbers.
sense.
Look at the
That
numbers.
run.
Cause BJ told me to look at the numbers.
Look at the numbers and look at the impact Kawhi had.
Look at the position. Like Jamal was not even
Jamal
the best
Murray
player in
don't
his
have the
way.
impact as Kawhi Leonard whatsoever
Not even
at
close.
all. Not even
Jokic had
close.
all the exactly. That's Jokic. What is he? I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, man. I can't take that one, Hearn. But
Yeah.
anybody want to add on, man?
Yeah, I kind of want to go back to what Herb said
I
about the
ain't even went yet.
2017.
I'm waiting on my time to go.
Well,
Oh,
go
go
Y'all
ahead,
might,
ahead.
Sean.
No,
y'all
go
Go
might,
ahead.
ahead.
y'all might,
Go
y'all,
ahead.
Oh,
y'all
go
might,
ahead. Let
y'all
us
might as
hear.
well mute the
Go
mics
ahead.
and sit back and
Go
eat y'all's
ahead.
ass fries.
No, go
All right,
ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go
Lil
ahead.
Sean.
Everybody
Go
All right,
mute
ahead.
their mic. Everybody mute their mic. Go ahead.
All right,
Go ahead, Sean. Go
all
ahead.
right, all right. So BJ started off the show, so let me address what BJ spoke on. BJ actually gave y'all certain years where Kawhi actually played the game, right? I won't even touch those years. The topic is so let's go just one thing at a time before I fry the hypocrite. Well, the topic is how many years? I'm not even speaking on the years that BJ spoke on as far as when Kawhi played. I'm only starting counting. All right, the ankle roll by Zaza, that's 1 year. BJ spoke on that, but he also spoke on years that Kawhi played. I wasn't even going to go that route. I'm speaking on just years Kawhi's missed. I'm not even speaking off the years he played. Ankle roll by Zaza, right? Then the year the degenerative knee starts, Tony Parker runs his mouth. He's out that player. He's out that year. That's 2 playoffs already. Then you got the ACL in 20 that ruins 2021 and 2022. That's 4 playoffs already. Then you got the MCL. That's 5 playoffs. Only talking on injuries. Am I speaking on how many rings Kawhi would have? All right. And let's go. So you want to go back to that Kawhi, BJ, you brought up the free throw by Kawhi. A lot of people love to bring it up. That's not even the biggest play in that crunch time. The biggest play in that crunch time was they called a ISO play, ISO post up for Tim Duncan. He bullies his way down to the paint. It's like 30 or 40 seconds left in the game. He backs in. He misses a bunny layup. He goes down the court and he slaps the court like 2 or 3 times. He's pissed off at himself. Those 2 points were bigger than the 1 free throw that Kawhi missed. But I wouldn't even gonna go there. I'm just speaking on the injury years, right? All right. So let's stay on injuries. So I done put up 5 injury years, right? Let's stay on injuries. The Golden State Raptors series. Let's not be a hypocrite when talking about injuries. OG Anunoby is a prime time lockdown defender in this NBA. Prime time. Oh, and guess what? He's also averaging 18 points a game. Okay, so we just going to ignore that this prime time defender that locks up everybody he damn near guards, including I watched him lock up in LA, LeBron and Kawhi back-to-back games. He gave them both fits on defense. Yeah, it was regular season, but a lot of people like to speak regular season and postseason. The point is, OG Anunoby locks up people left and right. And we're going to act like his impact on the court would have not affected Klay Thompson or Stephen Curry. So you're telling me a guy that's damn near the size of Kawhi, as quick as Kawhi in his prime, is not going to affect Curry and Klay Thompson? But yet this old-ass Chris Paul was all in Steph Curry's head, and Steph Curry was only averaging 22 points a game in that Rockets series when the Rockets were about to send their ass home. That team that's supposed to be so godly was getting annihilated by the fucking Rockets. The Golden State won game 1. The Rockets won the next 3 out of 4 games. Chris Paul was all in Steph Curry's head, doing the shimmy. He was doing Curry moves in Curry's face, and Curry had his head down. The man was shook like a halfway fucking crook. Averaging 22 points a game. His average went up when CP went out. Game 6 and game 7. All right. So OG Anunoby was out. That's not going to affect the series. But this man that Kawhi was just cooking a few months ago, KD's going to change the series all because he had a good quarter. Guess what? The Raptors still won the first fucking quarter. 31-30, Golden State still lost the quarter with all this hibbity-hooblah shit that KD was doing on the court. The same dude that just averaged 24 points got sent the fuck home with 2 All-Stars on his team in Booker and Ayton. All right, and that's going to change the series? Okay, what about Kawhi being on one leg? That don't change the series too? The man couldn't even run him down the court. The man was dunking on the MVP of the league, defensive player of the league, Giannis. He's dunking on this dude on one fucking leg. Can't he get down the court? That don't change the series?
Man, this shit ridiculous.
That don't change the series? Oh, okay, what about Kyle Lowry? The whole playoffs, this man had one bad hand. This man had one bad hand.
Thomas.
He couldn't even dribble the basketball.
What are you talking about?
Hearn, shut the fuck up. It ain't your time to talk. You had your time to talk. Lowry couldn't even dribble the basketball.
What the hell you doing,
but with one hand. But what, BJ, whose turn is it? Mine or Hearn?
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on, Herm, let me finish. I'll let you go.
Okay. Lowry couldn't even dribble the basketball for 85% of the playoffs. He was getting made fun of because he couldn't dribble one hand. So the Raptors wasn't injured. Kawhi couldn't run. OG Anunoby wasn't on the court, and Lowry had one bad hand, toughing it out. And that injuries is the only thing that saved Golden State or saved the Raptors. All right. Now that I debunked that bullshit, on to the next topic. All right. So Kawhi Leonard was the best player in the playoffs in 2021. The ESPN, Fox Sports, and everybody was rivaling KD's run on Brooklyn and Kawhi's run on the Clippers. As man, this shit is historic what these two guys are doing. He pops his ACL. All right. So the best player in the NBA on both ends of the court, the injuries only matter for Golden State, right? So when Kawhi rolled his ankle, the injury don't matter. When Kawhi was on one leg, the injury don't matter. When Kawhi popped his ACL, the injury don't matter. The next year comes along. Kawhi misses all 2022 playoffs. So the injury don't matter then. Kawhi just failed, right? Injuries only matter when we are defending LeBron James and Stephen Curry. That's the only time injuries matter to anybody in the NBA. Or some of the Kevin Durant fans too. They have to act like these injuries is this and that. Now we get to 2023. The best player in the whole fucking playoffs. Yes, it was 2 games, but it don't matter. That's all we could see. If we're going to talk about those 2 games don't matter, then why are we talking about Kevin Durant in the fucking 2019 and this little 11-minute run he had? What was that 11-minute run this year when Kawhi was shitting on his ass in Phoenix with Devin Booker and Ayton on his fucking team? 3 All-Stars getting shitted on, but that don't matter, right? It only matters when people want to talk and make excuses and be fanboys and casuals. Kawhi was averaging 35 points. KD was nobody in the series. Nobody, dude. And then he got to the next round. Booker was carrying this dude the whole fucking playoffs. This man had like 24 points here, 30 points, once a blue moon. Devin Booker was carrying this bum in the playoffs. This same fucking dude that ain't done shit without Golden State his whole career is all of a sudden the difference maker in 2019 over 11-minute hot run. Motherfucker, I've seen Stephen Curry go 0 for 10.
Man, how you done with this
So Steph
dumbass
Curry
shit
can
you
go 0
saying?
for 10. And
What
that
you
don't change his career.
what you saying is
This
dumb.
11-minute run,
This shit dumb, BJ.
this 11-minute run,
Go ahead.
it makes KD's career, but Stephen Curry being 0 for 10 in a playoff game from 3, that don't make his career. That's hypocrisy at its complete finest. Kawhi Leonard has been the best player because he plays both ends of the court. The last time I checked, basketball is not tennis. It's not golf. You have to go from this end of the court, you got to go to the other end of the court, and you got to be great on both ends. There's only one player in the NBA that does it on both ends. And the minute anybody, this is where I will agree with Herm. The minute anybody wants to start speaking on Giannis Antetokounmpo, the last time this man had to face KD, the same KD who got carried by Booker, the last time he faced Giannis got demoted off of KD, and they put PJ Tucker on KD the rest of that series, and that's why the Bucks won the series. Because if they didn't do that, KD was single-handedly sending Giannis home, just like Giannis got sent home this year. And that's where I will agree with her. I don't disagree with her on everything, but this is one of the topics where I agree with what Hearn's saying. Giannis is overrated, but if we're gonna talk about the fight, BJ's point, how many rings would he have? You got to talk about the ankle roll. You got to talk about, you got to talk about the ACL, and you got to talk about the meniscus, and you also got to speak on the year where he set out and Tony Parker trying to call it a bruised quad, and then reports come out it's a fucking degenerative knee. So that's 5 years, 5 postseasons the man didn't get to finish the playoffs. So if we want to talk about how many rings he got, if we're going to have this conversation, bare minimum. If we're gonna make an assumption, we're gonna say, on my opinion, I'm gonna say at least 4, but I'm going with 5 because I watched this man be the best player on the court in the playoffs multiple times. And yes, he lost 2021, but the last time I checked, LeBron James fired 1 million coaches. Steph Curry, they had to fire Mark Jackson for Steph Curry to win. So to act like Doc Rivers don't mean shit in that bubble when he's the most chokingest coach in NBA history, and then he turned around and choked the Hawks, who can't even get out fucking round 1. And he lost to 2.
And Philly.
Damn,
and he lost to 2.
That's a good ass point. I didn't even think about that.
He lost to my Hawks, my hometown team. He lost to my Hawks. Trae Young, without DeJounte Murray, Doc Rivers blew a 2-0 lead. And that's where sometimes I side with Andre. 76 of the stick with the bullshit ass coaches they had over there. So maybe they got a better coach than Nick Nurse now that loves defense, and the Sixers to play better.
That's facts. And Philly was up too. Philly was up in that series.
Philly was up 2-0 on us, 2-0 on us, and we put the hurting on them boys. But I'm not saying we finna win no championship because we not. But I got that shit off my chest. Now BJ, you can let somebody else go and let these guys reply. But I just had to fix this hypocrisy shit.
Let me go to Alpha Rule, and I'm gonna go to you, Herm, because Alpha Rule. I'm gonna go to you next.
What's up,
big brother? How you doing, brother?
Hey, nothing much, man. So, I got at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says, Kawhi's run in 2019, even with all the struggles and even the weak teams that he might have played, if you guys feel those teams were weak, it's still hard to do. There's only a couple of players in the league that could have done that. But in regards to my boy with the hypocrisy, the reason why it's not hypocrisy, and this is why when you say they only use injuries when it applies to Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant, is because every single time those players have a healthy team, they traditionally at least make it to the conference finals. There have been many seasons where Kawhi has had a full and healthy team and hadn't been able to do that. I'm not even talking about him getting injured. I'm just talking about there are certain players that if their teams are healthy, for the most part, they can at least book the conference final. I'm not going to say the championship because they've had some healthy teams. And that's all that is. It's just every year that you can look at Kevin Durant, LeBron James, or Steph Curry not getting to those levels, you can always look back and say, damn, that was a key player that was injured. You can't say that for the rest of the people in the NBA. But just getting back on Kawhi. Hold up, just getting back on Kawhi. Now, keep in mind, my GOAT is not Michael Jordan, and my favorite player is not LeBron James. So I'm just speaking straight up, just basketball from what I've seen, where I can understand why some people might not give the same leniency to Kawhi or other players in the NBA regarding injuries. Lastly, Kawhi James, I would probably, if I had to guess how many championships he could have won, damn, I know the Toronto, San Antonio. So we're really talking about if he has more championships, we're really just talking about should he have won one with the Clippers? Because that's really the only other team that we can say that he should have won one with. Now, I forgot, and I might, you might be like, man, you ain't no basketball aficionado. When they lost to Miami, the San Antonio Spurs, when they lost to Miami, and Ray Allen hit that corner three, Kawhi was on that team, right?
Yes.
Was Kawhi on that
he
team?
was. He was.
Yes, so I absolutely know that's one. Forget all the other stuff. That's one he should have. That's another one he should have. That's no argument on that. If he don't hit that three, they win the game. That's one championship. So that puts him at 3. Is there any championships he's could have won with the Clippers? I don't know. That's really the argument. Do y'all? Is it what year you think they should have won?
2020, the bubble.
But no, I don't think they was mentally strong enough. I don't think they was.
I think 2021.
Strong enough.
2021.
The year he got hurt, 2021, they would have beat Phoenix, and I believe, and of course, this is my belief.
Thomas, you ain't embarrassed me, nigga, because I ain't talked yet.
They would have beat Giannis. Go ahead, Herm.
Yep.
So you say 2021 they should have won the championship?
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, first of all, though, when niggas talk about Thomas cooking, you can't cook a nigga with a nigga have a responder. Now, at my response, you can say whether he cooked me or not. First of all, Thomas misconstrued a lot of shit that I say. Excuse me. Excuse me again. But he misconstrued a lot of things I said. For us, when it comes to that 29, only reason I brought up the 2019 with Kevin Durant is because BJ brought up that 2017 scenario. That was 3 quarters worth. Yes, the Spurs were blowing them out, but hell, that same playoff run, Golden State was letting guys like the Clippers. We talk about the Clippers. He let guys like Pat Bev and them getting them fits, and they won 2 games off of them. And you gotta look at other scenario. James Harden gave them the Blues. The Rockets really should have beat them 2 years. The time that the KD Warriors was together, the Rockets actually should have won both of those series, but they didn't. And James Harden was significantly had way more responsibility on the offensive end of what Kawhi Leonard did for Toronto in those runs. So when you want to talk about hypocrisy, you can't say that, because I could bring up a scenario that we had a player that somewhat had the same situation, was getting great numbers, was dominant, and they still didn't win due to the fact that Golden State was just a better and deeper roster. They just had a better and deeper roster. Golden State just was the better team. And it's no slight on Kawhi. And ain't saying that Kawhi could not have been the best player in that series. It's just his team wasn't gonna be able to deal with that team. That team had too much firepower. You could have great, like Michael Jordan had an unbelievable series against the Boston Celtics in '86. Was averaging over 40. Then they averaged 50 in that series. But guess what? Boston just was the deeper and better team. So you can have great performances. You can have a great game performance, and you can have a great series performance. But it doesn't mean that your team is good enough to beat that team. That Spurs team in 2017 was not good enough to beat the KD Warriors in the 7-game series. There's no way in hell they were gonna win that series. Could they make the series tough? Yes, but they wasn't gonna win that series. So when you try to bring up stuff like that, you guys gotta look into the context and look into the way you evaluate the teams. It's not about you guys make it about a single player and making it about because of how great Kawhi Leonard was playing. He could have kept playing great, but it doesn't mean they was gonna win that series. Then you want to bring up the fact that Toronto run just off the strength of him bringing the championship to the Toronto Raptors. You got to give him credit for that. They probably will never win another ring in their franchise, so he get a lot of credit for that. But the run, he didn't face any all-time great teams in the Eastern Conference. Name it. I want anybody, someone can interject right now. What all-time great team Kawhi Leonard face in the Eastern Conference leading up to the finals?
Well, it's hard to really make that case because they're still playing. Like, we won't know until they retire. Most teams
Shit, I know
don't
right
get
now. I don't even need them to retire.
but they play. He played all-time great players though. He played Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I mean, everybody played for the most part.
MVP
Except
caliber
for LeBron.
players. And he beat. And he. You know, I can also do Herm. I can also debunk that
So
because
you can't
everybody
debunk
Kawhi.
that because you talk about
No,
second and third year player. Ben Simmons is dead. Since you want to do that,
hold on. Let me say
is
this.
out the league. Ben
Let me say
Simmons is
this.
down there out the league.
Everybody. Let me ask y'all a question. Kawhi Leonard has beaten everybody. Every top player in the league. He's beating Luka. Outside of Jokic, he's beating Luka. He's beating Embiid. He's beating Giannis. He's beating LeBron. He's beating KD. He's beating everybody's favorite player when they face him. So to say like he's beating everybody that's been in front of him. He has the best winning percentage of all time. This dude wins. It has nothing to do with if he had the opportunity, he would take down any challenge. That's what we've seen of him since he's been in the NBA. Anybody you put in front of him, he will beat them.
BJ, first of all, most of his win percentage come from the fact that he played with a team franchise with the Spurs that always had a great win percentage. Damn near 70% win percentage alone. Thiago Splinter in the top 20 when it comes to that. And then on top of that, shit, guys, the difference is between guys like Kawhi Leonard and Kevin. That's why Kobe sometimes take a hit. Kawhi Leonard Kawhi Leonard was a bona fide role player in the beginning of his career. He needed to be carried.
So let me ask you. You telling me the Spurs?
He was the fourth best player on that damn team.
So you telling me the Spurs? Let me respond back to this. Hold on, Sean. Let me get this out.
Kevin Durant had to be the man from day one.
Let me get this out real quick.
Was the man for day one.
So you telling me, and this is what you would have a point if 2017 didn't happen. Do y'all know the record?
You can't use 3 quarters, BJ.
No. I'm using the entire season. The whole season. The whole season. 2016. The whole season 2016 to 2017. The Spurs won damn near 60 games with Tim Duncan retired and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker on their last legs. Kawhi Leonard proved he can carry a team to the playoffs in a deep run in that 1 year.
You say
and he proved that in 2019 by carrying that bum ass Raptors team.
So you can't say the Spurs. You can't say the Spurs carried him.
Just got a coach fired.
You can't say the Spurs carried him because of his.
You so damn dumb, Thomas. You keep forgetting the only team the Raptors kept losing to was, and the guy they were losing to was LeBron James. And like they were losing to everybody else.
The same guy that Kawhi be sitting on.
Let me ask you a question.
The same guy that Kawhi be sitting on. That's who they lost to.
I got to destroy him on this. So I'm gonna ask you this. Though, Thomas, because all time in the playoffs they 1-1. They 1-1 against each other. You real confident if LeBron James is still in the East? And he had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love on his side. You think the Toronto Raptors?
If they 1-1,
Thomas, let me finish.
Don't lie though. How they 1-1 when Kawhi been beating his ass for 5 years straight?
No. Let me finish. You can't use regular season with the Lakers versus Clippers. LeBron is nowhere near his prime. He nowhere near the player that he was. I'm talking about prime LeBron James. Prime LeBron James in the East. You that confident that the Raptors would be the
yeah,
prime
hell
LeBron
yeah.
James?
But
And I don't even
because
like LeBron James. I don't even
okay,
like LeBron.
okay, let me counter this. This how you been a hypocrite again. Y'all keep trying to go back to when Kawhi was a fucking rookie. Why are you
I'm not
casuals
going.
scared
Thomas,
of?
you ain't
Why
listening.
y'all scared to talk about prime Kawhi? And when
You're
y'all
not
want to pick
listening,
prime
B. You're not
LeBron and
listening.
baby Kawhi. Y'all want to pick prime KD and baby Kawhi. Why y'all so
Thomas, you're not
pussified and
listening.
scared of picking prime
Thomas.
Kawhi? What are y'all scared of?
Thomas, you're not listening. I'm talking about Kawhi Leonard in his prime, for one, and I'm talking about that you keep calling the Raptors bums, and the only guy they were losing to was LeBron James led teams. That's the only teams they were losing to, and the team that
No, he
Kawhi
lost to the
Leonard went
Wizards
to.
too.
Now
Are
the
you
team,
sure about
hold
that? Now you
on,
lying again. Are you sure about that?
hold on,
The Raptors was losing to a lot of people.
Thomas, hold on now. The Toronto Raptors was just in the Eastern Conference Finals. All Toronto did was replace DeRozan with Kawhi, and all they did was got a steal in the All-Star break to get Marc Gasol. That got them over the top. That made them one of the best interior. Had one of the best
Okay.
interior
Now go
teams
to
that
the other
whole
side, Herm.
playoff
What?
run.
Go to the other side. What?
But I'm telling you, with a LeBron James led team, I hate LeBron. I'm be one of the niggas to tell you I hate
He's
LeBron.
scared.
But
He's always been scared of Kawhi.
no,
Ain't nobody worried about LeBron.
and ain't about being scared of Kawhi. But when you got hitters with you, when you get the teams that he had at Cleveland with Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving and other role players that they had on that team, you can't be that confident. You can't be that sure that the Toronto Raptors would beat the trio of LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving. You can't sit up there and say that with a straight face. Toronto, when I had no answer
I
for
got
Kyrie
lockdown
Irving,
defenders. I
they
got
were not.
lockdown defenders all over Toronto. They locking that team up.
No, they not.
Yes, they
Nobody
is.
locking up Kyrie Irving. I ain't seen a nigga
You're a
locked up
damn
Kyrie
lie.
Irving
OJ
yet.
Anunoby, Kyle Lowry, Danny Green, all them boys are prime time defenders, bro.
OG wasn't a great defender at that time. He was
Yes,
not a
he was.
great
They was
defender in
calling
year
him Baby
two. No, he
Kawhi.
wasn't.
They called
No,
him
he
Baby
wasn't.
Kawhi.
Not
That's
in
how
year
good he was
two.
on defense.
Not in year two. You capping. He was
Right.
not a great
Yes, they
defender in
did.
year
Yes, they
two.
did. Go look it up.
And you got to be real.
Go
Mingo
look it
just
up.
gonna bring balance to the panel because all you guys doing is being fanboys and not telling the truth about niggas. End of the day, you can't sit up there and say with a straight face that you be 100% confident that the team that Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors would easily run through the LeBron James led Cleveland Cavaliers if he had Kevin Love or Kyrie Irving still on that team. Because you're doing hypotheticals and you bring
Pascal
it up
Siakam
and
is
you
guarding
brought up
Kevin
and
Love
now and
easy.
nope, and you brought up the fact that the Toronto Raptors were bums before Kawhi got there, and the only team they kept having problems where they kept choking against was LeBron
That's
James
not
led
true. They
team.
lost to
That's
more
right.
than
I'm about to
LeBron.
hold on. Let
They
me
lost to more than LeBron.
debunk
You're
this.
lying.
Hold on.
You're
Let me
lying. You're
debunk this.
lying.
Hold on.
You're lying.
Let me debunk. Hold on. Let me debunk that before I let Mingle Jester. Herm, you're not being honest about that, man. There was other teams that they were losing to. I'm gonna prove it right here. When
Yep.
they had DeMar DeRozan and they had Kyle Lowry, they lost to the They lost to the Nets in the first round. They
I'm
lost
talking
to the
about a couple of
Wizards.
years before
They
Kawhi
lost to
Leonard
the
got there.
Cavaliers.
That's how
They've been
y'all. I
losing,
know y'all don't listen. I
but
know y'all.
but
That's
they've
how
been
I know
losing.
y'all
They've
don't
been.
listen. BJ,
But
you
when I
going back 5 or 6 years? I'm
no,
telling you, before Kawhi Leonard went to the Raptors, they were just in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the team they were losing to
they only
was
went to hold
LeBron
on,
James led team.
Herm. They
And you
went to
want to
the
know what they was
conference
calling
finals one
Toronto?
year.
You
They
want to know
went to the
what?
conference.
No.
Hold on,
What
no,
I'm telling you,
hold
they
on,
lost.
hold
They
on.
lost. And they lost
Hold
to
Hey,
on,
Cleveland in the second round too.
Kawhi
hold
Leonard
on,
was winning playoff
hold on,
games.
y'all. I gotta mute y'all
They
real
lost in
quick.
the second
Let me
round too with
hold on.
2018. You forget about that.
They only went to the conference finals one
And
time.
they lost in the second
And
round to
that's what
LeBron
I'm saying.
too. You forget
But you
about
don't
that.
get. But
Yeah,
that show. But this is the problem.
So
This is the
BJ,
problem.
y'all
Herm,
capping though.
Herm.
What
This
I'm
is the problem
saying,
with you. Hold on. This is the
it ain't
problem
no
though.
problem with me.
You
You
keep
not telling
They
the
saying
lost in the
truth.
first round to the Wizards too.
hold on. You keep saying that this man just because he went to a team, all he had to do was play his game as if anybody can just do it. That's what the problem
You
is.
could,
What
if
Kawhi
LeBron
did,
James.
no one else could. No
BJ,
one else.
I'm gonna
DeMar
be
DeRozan
100
couldn't
with
do.
you.
Hold on,
No, cause you ain't gonna tell the truth. If
DeMar DeRozan
LeBron
could not
James was
do
in
for 5
Toronto,
years.
if LeBron James was with that same Toronto team, they'll win the championship. They would. If
What?
LeBron
No.
James went to that same Toronto team with that same talent that Kawhi had, they'll win a
No.
championship.
So why is
No.
it so bad when I say that if Kawhi Leonard get hurt in 2017, they would have beat the Warriors?
No,
Why
because
is that so crazy to say?
you only got a 3/4 samples worth, and plus that same
No,
year
I
that you
didn't.
keep.
I got a
No,
whole
you only got
season, bro.
3/4.
I got a whole season.
You got 3/4 samples worth. That you telling me that the Spurs could have beat the Kevin Durant,
I got a whole
KD Warriors, and BJ,
Herm,
you a capping
the
motherfucker
Warriors.
because that same
No, the
KD
Spurs.
Warriors team,
Hold on. See,
the same
you gotta
KD
listen.
Warriors team,
You gotta listen,
they was.
bro. You gotta listen.
Taco.
Listen for a minute. You gotta listen to a minute. The Spurs had a head-to-head record over the Warriors. They were the only team that season that had a winning record against the Warriors. And the Kawhi Leonard type of player, he can carry and uplift the team
Now I got
a
to
super
cook you
team.
on that. Now
You can't be saying that you have no proof other than your opinion the
BJ, you
Warriors
a
can beat the
capping mother.
Spurs.
You another capping motherfucker because my Chicago Bulls, the MVP Derrick Rose. The MVP Derrick Rose, we swept Miami in the regular season, and when it came to the playoffs, we got our ass kicked. It
Y'all
didn't
got
mean
beat.
shit that
Y'all
we
got
swept
beat.
Miami in the
Yes,
regular
y'all won
season.
the first
Shut
game.
that
I'm
dumb
just going
shit
by.
up, man.
You
And we
have
had
no
MVP
proof on your
Derrick
side
Rose,
that the
and we
Warriors
was
would
a
have beat the
number one
Spurs. No
seed,
proof.
and we
Let me
still
say
didn't.
something.
We still didn't do shit as a number
Herm.
one seed.
Let me roll.
You can't, and we was a number one seed, so I don't want to hear that shit, BJ.
So
Talking about
check this
LeBron would have
out.
went to the
can't use
Raptors.
that,
They would have
man.
won. That's cap.
Hey, in regards to Cleveland and Toronto, so we right now it's like revisionist history. During that time period, pretty much LeBron. I don't have to agree with Herm, guys. Pretty much during that time period, LeBron James ruled that entire conference. He went to 9 championships in a row, something crazy like that. Leading up to Kawhi, Cleveland beat Toronto in 2016 4-2, 2017 4-0, 2018 4-0. I get what he's saying. What he's saying is the dominant force left the conference. And at that time, everybody in the conference was scrambling. Now, I'm not using that to diminish what Kawhi did, but it is a different narrative. If things were the same, he just came in there as a player and then just broke the streak of LeBron James. That's not what happened. Now, I think Kawhi did an outstanding job, and I still, even today, feel like there's probably only 2 or 3 players that could have done that. But that is a factor that LeBron and Cleveland was dominating Toronto. Even with all these defenders y'all talking about, Cleveland was dominating Toronto during that time period.
So that's the problem. That's the point, though. That's what makes Kawhi so special. Because even if LeBron James was even in the East, we can go off of. Here's another thing. What has been happening the last 5 years when Kawhi and LeBron face each other?
Are you talking about playoffs or are you talking about regular season?
Head to head don't matter. The fact of the matter is, whether you put them in the season or the playoffs, when I see Kawhi go up against LeBron James, when I've been watching them in the latter part of their last 5 seasons, and Kawhi went to LA and he said, "This is my city." Now, granted, the Lakers won the title, but I'm talking about head to head because the discussion is that if LeBron had stayed in the East, that would have stopped Kawhi from getting that title. My point is that even if LeBron was over there, Kawhi still would have had a good chance of beating that Cleveland team because that's just the type of because we've been seeing it.
Okay,
He's been beating the hell out. He's been beating the hell out of LeBron.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. Hey, B. So this is just like legit question.
Right.
If we just take LeBron's Lakers and Kawhi's Clippers, and you looked at their career in the microscope, who's had a better run? Have LeBron had a better run in the Lakers than Kawhi?
It doesn't. That's not the question.
I'm just asking you. Who's had a better run?
We know the answer to that question because LeBron got the championship.
No, some people. I promise you. And here it might be 50-50 that some people say Kawhi's had a better.
No, that's why that's where it's me and you. I'm gonna be honest. LeBron has because he got the championship, right? So I'm gonna go with LeBron. But you got to go on my side when I say there's nothing LeBron has done to Kawhi to make him think he could not beat him in those type of situations. Because people get me upset when they say, "Well, LeBron left the East, so that's why Kawhi." No, we've been seeing Kawhi beat the hell out of LeBron, whether he was in Cleveland and with the Lakers. That's fair.
For LeBron his whole career.
He's been beating the shit out of him.
I mean, I got that. I'm gonna give you that. That's not even a question. I'm gonna give you that. The thing is, you guys putting so much weight on the regular season, I think that's unfair and disingenuous. I put a lot of weight when you beat me. Yeah, I got it. But when it comes down to nut cutting time, there's hope. Like if you beat me 5 times in the regular season, but I whoop your ass in the championship, or I get to the championship constantly, that has to equate for something. That has to.
We can only go by what's been in front of us, bro. They're 1-1 in the playoffs against each other. We have to use something. So we have to use use head-to-head matchups. That's
okay. So let me just do it like this. Hold on. I got one thing to say.
Hold on a minute. That 1-1, Kawhi was a fucking rookie. So let's y'all want to pick on ignorant shit. The man was new to the NBA. He was a rookie, and we also used the same bullshit excuses. Oh, well, just cause LeBron lost his first 3 years, he was a rookie, he was new to the NBA. But again, when it comes to us using that same logic, we want to backtrack.
That's why I asked you the question. Hold up. That's why I asked you the question, bro. That's why I asked you the question. Hold up, you gotta chill. That's why I asked you the question.
Hold on.
Listen. I want you to answer. Forget BJ. I want you to.
I let you talk.
Hold on. Let me go to Mingo first. I'm gonna go to Mingo first. Sean, I'm gonna let y'all finish, but Mingo he's been in here for like 10 minutes. I'm gonna let Mingo go and I'm gonna let y'all go. Go ahead, Mingo.
Yeah, so what is the actual argument? What y'all arguing about? I mean, what's the conversation like?
It's how many titles do you feel like Kawhi should have right now?
Okay, he got 2. So if he would have played all these seasons, I think he probably have at least 4, 3 or 4, somewhere in there. You know, I think he had like 3 or 4. Now, as far as beating LeBron, see, I don't know. I don't know about beating LeBron. See, that's a different animal. That LeBron back then, bro, shit. Yeah, I would have had to see it. I'm gonna tell you like that. I would have had to see it. I would have had to see him beat LeBron with that Toronto Raptors team in order to believe it. Like, I mean, if you're gonna judge it by, cause he had that Golden State Warriors team with KD up, you know, before he got injured. I mean, I don't know if that's a good way to judge whether he would have beat LeBron or whether he would have beat the Warriors or not, because you do know that Iverson also beat the 2001 Lakers as well in game 1, and then lost the rest of them. So, I mean, you can't really base that off of that. I don't know if they could have beat that KD. I don't know if he could have beat that KD Warrior team if he would have stayed healthy. I don't know. I'm just going. I mean, you can assume he could have. You can assume he couldn't have. I mean, you don't know, because that's just, you don't know. But if LeBron would have played Kawhi in the Eastern Conference, it would have been very exciting. It would have made for some good basketball. It would have made for some good television, everything. And I just don't know if he could have. I don't know if he would have beat the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron on him. I don't know. I don't know. I would have had to see it. I would have just had to see it.
But
y'all got it. Go ahead.
But he's always giving LeBron problems, and he smacked up the team that consistently beats LeBron in the finals. I don't get that.
He don't consistently beat LeBron in the playoffs. They 1-1. That's a fucking lie.
That's not what I said.
Look, let me ask you a question. So since we only can touch, since they only 1-1 in the playoffs, so we can't, y'all don't want us to assume, so y'all not finna assume LeBron gonna win. If we can't assume Kawhi gonna win, y'all not gonna assume LeBron gonna win. Get that shit out of here. Look, what's Kawhi's record head to head versus LeBron James? All we can speak on is what we see. See, BJ spits facts. What is all we can speak on? What's the record?
It can be 40 to nothing.
If you don't know, I tell you.
Regular season don't matter, bro.
That's what. Listen. Man, I asked you guys a question. I asked you a question. I want you to answer. I want you to answer the question. Listen, bro. Listen to the question. I want you to answer and be honest. He can beat LeBron James for the last 8 years. Let's say he beat him and LeBron never beat him. That's cool. But who has had a better career? LeBron's career in the Lakers hasn't been better than Kawhi's career with the Clippers.
But when Kawhi,
what does that have to do with what we're talking about, though?
If your answer is LeBron, then shut all that other shit up about he's beating him in the regular season. If LeBron's career is better than his,
Kawhi.
That's cool. So you say Kawhi had a better career.
The reason why
the best player in the playoffs.
the reason
We
why
talking
we
about
bringing it up,
He's
the
not the
reason
best
why,
player in the
hold on,
playoffs in LA. No, he is not
hold
being.
on, Sean.
Kawhi
Sean,
has been. Period.
the reason we bringing it up because we're counteracting what y'all saying. Because if you're gonna tell
Yeah, I'm
me
not
that
countering Rufford Dan.
if
That's a
LeBron
bad
James
counter.
is this, that, and the other, we have to go by okay, what happens when they face each other?
Right.
Because you can't sit up here and say that season don't matter when we can only measure by what's in front of us. The season,
So
first of all, the season does matter because actually the Clippers, if they take the season seriously, would not have a low seed. So the season does matter. So
this
if
is
you're
the
gonna sit
thing.
up here, the season matters. That does
No,
not
it this
Now
is
the
hold on.
season
I got a
matters.
question for you,
no,
BJ.
hold on. I'm
Now
gonna let y'all.
hold
I
on.
put
Let
myself
me
on
ask
mute after
BJ
this.
this right
I
quick.
got one thing to say. This is why when you guys elevate regular season. So I don't know if anybody here is a track fan. I know everybody knows track. Usain Bolt is considered the fastest sprinter of all time. We all can kind of agree with that because he's one of the big ones. He's beaten everybody. Blah blah blah. But the U.S. has a sprinter that Usain Bolt has never lost to. His name is Christian Coleman. Christian Coleman has never lost to Usain Bolt. He beat him twice, head to head. I would never say Christian Coleman is better than Usain Bolt, even though he never lost to Usain Bolt. That's what you guys are giving me an argument. What I'm saying is yes. He lost to him in the regular
That's a
season. When
two-game
it comes
sample
to
size.
nut
That's
cutting time,
terrible. That's a
no, that's
dumbass
head to
analogy.
head.
That's
That's
dumb
more
as
head
hell.
to head than anything.
That's dumb
That's
as
way
hell.
more head
That's
to
two
head than
games.
anything.
That's dumb as
What I'm
hell.
saying
No,
to you is this:
I got
That's
at the
not
something
end of
when
the
we
better
day,
for
say
you.
when
you
we say
got to
head
That's
to
some
win.
head.
ignorant shit you said
When we
all
say
day.
Alpha don't do that. You know what we saying? We say hey, Kawhi
No,
Leonard and
no, no,
LeBron
I
no.
got
James are the
That's
something
the
same.
better
same
though.
They're
sport.
the same
Hold
count.
on,
Hold on,
Alpha.
LeBron James and
It's
Kawhi
two
Leonard.
games,
Brother.
bro. Versus the fuck
Hold
you talking
on,
about 50, dumbass.
BJ, let me ask you this,
Kawhi Leonard
BJ.
and LeBron James are on the same level. These are the
Hey,
two top 5 players the last 5 years. When
well, I'm
I
gonna get
say
off
they
this
face each other
motherfucker.
head to head, you know what I'm saying. When they
No,
play
no,
against each other, I'm
BJ, let
not
me
talking
ask you
about
this,
no.
BJ.
Oh, hold on, Herm. Hold on, let me finish. I got
Cause
Alpha
I'm gonna
Rube.
cook your
He knows
silly
better.
ass.
No, Alpha Rube knows better. When I say Kawhi Leonard versus LeBron James, when he came to LA and it was stars all over the place saying that this was the battle of LA, it was Kawhi versus LeBron James. That was the argument. Kawhi Leonard beats LeBron James and Anthony Davis without Paul George on the court and drops 30 on them in the first time. In
That's
the last
fine.
2 seasons, the Clippers have been beating the shit out of the Lakers. That's not a
Hey,
question.
that's
And the
cool.
problem I have with Laker fans is they want to sit up here and try to deny that, and they always want to say,
No,
"Well, how many
nobody's denying
championships you
that.
got?"
Hold
That's
Nobody's
on, Alpha
not
denying that.
that.
Room.
That's
I
so
got
you
I
know.
got
You
the
But
best
brought
when you
up
say,
two
question.
but
fucking
when you
games,
say,
Alpha
when you
because that's
say
how
the
Hold on,
season
so
don't
your ass
matter,
is.
when you
Fuck
say
out
the
of here.
season don't matter, that's what saying it does because
hold on,
you're
BJ.
doing
Hold
what
on,
you're giving with
BJ.
a dry
I
hit.
got the
The
best
season
question for
does
you of the day.
matter.
BJ,
You
I got
guys
the
gotta
best
be
question.
honest. If I'm
Hey,
gonna give, hold on, her. When I give credit to the Lakers and say they've had a better with LeBron, don't sit here and tell me that the season don't matter when the Clippers have been beating the shit out them the last 20 games.
but
And
This
BJ,
is
I
LeBron's
got
sitting
true.
I
If
right
they
there
don't do
in the middle
nothing
of
with,
it.
that's the point.
hold
You
on,
can't
Alpha.
have your season
Hold
cannot be
on,
if we
Alpha.
beat the Lakers or not. That can't be your
Now hold
season.
on, Alpha
It can't
Room.
be if
I'm
we
talking
win the
about
beat
LeBron
anybody.
James. LeBron James ain't proved nothing to say he has the upper hand over Kawhi Leonard. Head to head,
Oh,
Kawhi Leonard been
hey,
beating the shit
BJ.
out of him.
BJ, hold
And
on.
dominating. It ain't even been close.
Damn, Thomas, hold on. I want to ask this simple question, and I want to see if BJ go answer this honestly. BJ, you know one guy historically in the '90s that owned Michael Jordan in the '90s in the regular season, Hakeem Olajuwon, the Houston Rockets. So, since you want to go off that logic, do you honestly believe if they face each other in the finals, you think the Houston Rockets would beat Michael Jordan and the Bulls in the 7-game series?
That's a argument, bro. That can go either way.
Nah,
That's not.
I want you to say how you feel.
I believe Houston could have beat Chicago because they had a. Because here's the thing about Hakeem. Hakeem, okay, but no, you laughing, but you know Michael Jordan how he feels about Hakeem Olajuwon. He's the only player that actually has a, I wouldn't say fear, but he has a certain level of respect. You know, Michael Jordan picked Hakeem at his top 5 to play center, right? He has a high
I
respect for
know,
Hakeem
I know.
Olajuwon.
All right,
So
Thomas, how
that
you
Houston
feel about
Rockets
that,
team
Tom?
that could have been played out.
Hakeem to me is the
No, no,
best
but
all around center in the NBA, and the Bulls had no answer for Hakeem.
now, so you think the Houston Rockets would beat the Bulls in the
That's
7-game
true.
series?
Can they? Yes, they can.
Nah, I said, do you believe?
They have a great
Ain't no
trainer.
can they, nigga. Do you believe it?
Yeah, they can. They can.
So you honestly believe that the Rockets would have beat the Bulls there because you went off the regular season dominance. So are you just saying that to
No, you
validate
asked
your
me, do I
point?
believe if they can beat them? Or am I
Are you
guaranteeing they
guys
beat
saying
them?
that to validate y'all point, or are y'all really being genuine thinking that Akeem Olajuwon the Rockets would beat the Bulls in the 7-game series. And mind you, now the Bulls had the same Bulls had 2-3-peats in the 90s. So you guys are sure that the Houston Rockets will most definitely beat the Bulls in the 90s?
No, I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying
see. Ain't
I just
nobody
No,
I
I'm
saying
just
believe
saying.
serious.
I
Do
believe it's
y'all?
opinion. It's
But
opinion.
don't y'all realize Akeem Olajuwon dominate his team? Him and his team dominate Michael Jordan and his team in the regular season. So that's why I asked y'all the question: do y'all
How many?
honestly believe what y'all
How many?
saying?
How many times did they play? Cause they back
They
back then
played
back,
twice a year.
back then you didn't
No,
cross
but
over. You
hold
didn't
on. They
cross over
played
like that.
twice a year, and Houston swept them. Houston swept them for 5 straight years.
So we're talking about 10 games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Akeem Olajuwon did he win when Jordan was out the league?
He won 2 rings when Jordan was at the league, but at the time, even when Jordan was playing in the 90s, even on his 3-peat, the Houston Rockets always were dominant. When Michael Jordan came back, the Houston Rockets were still beating the Bulls for the most part. Now, Jordan didn't start beating Olajuwon and his teams to about 96 on up, 96 to 98. That's when the Bulls started beating the Rockets. That because Hakeem, his body started breaking down on them. And Clyde got older. Charles Barkley was out of shape, out the whole nine. But really, from 1990 to 1996, Akeem Olajuwon and the Rockets was sweeping the Bulls year in and year out. So what I'm basically saying, because you guys bringing up regular season accomplishments for us, how Kawhi Leonard and his teams beat LeBron James and his teams, do you honestly believe that Hakeem and the Houston Rockets would beat the Michael Jordan-led Bulls, knowing damn well they went on two three-peats in the 90s?
This is why the Rockets can win, and this is why the Bulls can win, and this is why this is a total difference argument. See, Kawhi and LeBron have to guard each other. Like, Jordan can't do nothing with Akeem, and Akeem can't do nothing with Jordan. So this is kind of
Good
based
point.
on how the team is built, right? But see, with Kawhi and LeBron, and see, first of all, why are we even talking about this? Because the topic was what would Kawhi do if he
Y'all
wasn't
bring
hurt?
it up because y'all brought up regular season for us to
Nah,
why
but Rashawn, you gotta understand
Kawhi would
something.
dominate LeBron.
But you gotta understand something, Rashawn. Kawhi and LeBron would
didn't
not
bring
guard each other in the
up nothing.
7-game series. They would not guard each other. Understand that.
Look, Kawhi eliminates LeBron. That head up. Hakeem can't eliminate Jordan, and Jordan can't eliminate Hakeem. Therefore, it goes off of a team around them. For these two guys right here, if y'all would have asked me Clyde Drexler and Jordan, that'd have been a better conversation there. Because this Hakeem, a center versus a 2 guard is a stupid ass conversation. But
you gotta understand something. But Kawhi would not
and
Kawhi would
have
not
to
guard
guard
LeBron.
each other.
They wouldn't
Kawhi can
wouldn't
change
guard each
whole
other.
game.
They wouldn't guard each other.
That's how he made his name,
whole
guarding
game
LeBron.
where Hakeem and Jordan cannot affect each other at all. They can't affect each other.
They wouldn't guard each other, though.
Kawhi said, you know what? I got you this whole series. And we got to face each other. See, Hakeem and Jordan can't do that. Now, if you had Hakeem and Drexler, you might have had a different. You still would have got it, but they're not beating Jordan.
LeBron and Kawhi Leonard would not guard each other in a 7-game series. I'm telling you that now. That wouldn't happen because they both are star players. Kawhi is a star player and LeBron is a star player. They need those guys.
I have to disagree with that. I think Kawhi would take that challenge. Kawhi took the challenge. Kawhi took that challenge. He just took that challenge.
That was in 2014 when they didn't really need him to score on the other end.
They keep forgetting in San Antonio. Danny Green was also guarding LeBron James in San Antonio. Danny Green was also guarding LeBron as well.
I'm telling you now, they would not guard each other.
Kawhi just guard.
They only guard each other like in late in games, Mingle. But it wouldn't be no hard.
They would not guard each other the entire game. They would not.
Yeah, they would not do it the entire game. They never did the entire game.
Kawhi just guarded Kevin Durant in the playoffs.
Not the entire game.
Of course, I think nobody guards the entire game, huh? But I'm saying most possessions and key possessions, in most possessions, Kawhi's guarding the best player. He guarded Luka Doncic. He guarded KD. He's a 2-time defensive player of the year.
He didn't guard Luka the most. He didn't guard Luka the most
He
possessions.
guarded Luka the best.
No, but it ain't about being the best.
And he
defender,
guarded
nigga.
him,
He
and he
wasn't
guarded him
holding him
enough.
all the time.
He guarded him enough to have his
He didn't
field goal
guard him enough.
percentage.
He didn't guard him enough
Every
to
time
stop
he
his ass.
Okay, because
The
if you
Clippers were just
gonna
a
have a
better
screen,
overall
okay,
team
of
than
course.
Dallas.
If you keep
They were just a
screening
better
from,
overall team.
if you keep man, damn all that. Damn all that.
So
We're
Dallas
not
was a
gonna move
great
the
team
goalposts.
when the
We're
Clippers
not
went
finna
against Dallas in the first round.
we're not
You
finna
telling
move
me
the
that Dallas
goalposts,
team
man.
could have
We're
made a
not gonna
conference
move the
final?
goalposts
Man,
because
stop
only
that bullshit.
we can't be always giving an excuse to everybody
Dallas was
else when
not
it
that
gets
great of a
beat, man.
team, man.
We're not
It
finna
was
do all
not
that
that great of a
bullshit,
team.
man. We're not finna do all that
Well,
bullshit. When the dude
Luka
wins,
didn't even have
when
half
the
the
dude
help
wins,
Kawhi Leonard
when the
had.
dude
Stop
wins,
the
it's all about
bullshit,
the
man.
team. The
That's
team
the
is better. When he
only
loses,
reason
it's always
Dallas
all
beat.
about
That's the
Kawhi.
only reason
I ain't
Dallas
hearing
could
that
have beat
dumb
the
shit.
Clippers.
Right.
The Clippers were
That's dumb
different.
shit, man.
The Clippers were
When are
different
we
than
ever?
Dallas,
When are you
man.
gonna ever give this man his respect?
That's
When
what
you
I'm
gonna ever
about to
give him
say.
his credit? When is he
Kawhi
gonna
is
give
an
his
all-time
respect?
great. He's an all-time great. We cannot come off of this
What the
podcast
hell are you talking
talking
about?
trash like Kawhi is not an all-time great. He's an all-time great. We just gonna.
Where y'all
I don't
got
care
him
what
at?
Nah,
people
Where
he's an
y'all
say.
got him
He's
ranked
all-time
an
at?
great.
all-time
Yeah,
great.
he's an all-time great. But y'all
Where
be
y'all got
y'all
him
be
ranked at?
overhyping Kawhi Leonard.
Where y'all got him ranked at?
Man, that's tough because the man's been so
And all
messed up.
time on y'all
The
all
man's
time
been
greatest
so
list.
hurt,
Where
man.
do y'all have him?
It's hard to
Where
put
y'all
him
have him
in.
ranked?
He's definitely top 50. Definitely top
I got him
50.
25.
Ooh,
That ain't
25.
He
bad.
is not no
That ain't
damn
bad.
top 25
No, he's
player,
not top
dog.
25.
He is not no damn
man.
top
Hey,
25.
I'm too. This shit's the damn. Don't get here. Get every year.
He's not even the top 5 small forward of all time.
I
But
don't
he's
know
a
about
top
that.
10 small forward of all time.
Okay, hold. I got a question for y'all. Is Kawhi Leonard ranked above James Worthy?
No.
Oh, so then wherever you got
Yeah.
James Worthy, that means you got James Worthy top 25. Whoever said that.
So are you basing it off of his
I'm
injuries?
basing off
Are you basing?
career.
Okay, but see, this is why I gotta ask the question, put context. If you basing off his injuries, that I understand that because he's been hurt. But if you basing off his game, there's not 25 better players than Kawhi Leonard in NBA history.
I agree with you. Tracy McGrady is in that same category. I think there's not 25 better
It
players
is
than Tracy
25
McGrady,
players better than
but I'm
Kawhi
not gonna
Leonard.
put him in top 25.
It is 25 players better than
Who?
Kawhi Leonard.
On both ends, who?
No, Kawhi's skill level is up there. But when you look at career, when you look at rankings, you look at everything, right? And that's also being injury prone. That has to matter.
Okay,
I think Kevin
I got him
Durant,
27
despite the
because
Kevin Durant are holding me, but Kevin Durant is better all time than Kawhi Leonard. John
Okay, well
Havlicek.
but are you going by his injuries though, Hearn? Are you talking about his
Kevin
game?
Durant been hurt just as much as Kawhi Leonard. So
Okay.
we
Wait,
ain't,
what?
You act like Kevin Durant haven't been hurt. He been hurt just as much. Just as much as Kawhi Leonard.
Wow.
Especially since 2018, Kevin Durant hasn't
So
really
why
been
does
held.
Kawhi get most of the blame for being out? I don't hear nobody really talk about Kevin Durant being out.
Blame. It ain't no blame. But when you guys use a hypotheticals to try to measure how many rings Kawhi Leonard will have, he gonna have to get some type of criticism and get looked at a certain way.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
When you look at certain things, when you look at ranking these players all time, like I think Kawhi Leonard is slightly better than Melo because he got more accolades. So
I think he's a
like
better player too.
So when
Yeah.
you measure shit like that, when you look at that, he's not better than Scottie Pippen all time. Scottie Pippen is higher than Kawhi Leonard all time. And when you look at the skill set, I think Scottie Pippen is more skilled than Kawhi. He's not a better scorer. Kawhi Leonard is just a better scorer.
Oh
He's
my
just a better
gosh.
scorer than Scottie Pippen. Scottie
Yeah.
Pippen is a better ball handler.
Yeah, man.
He distributes the ball better than Kawhi
Now,
Leonard, and he's a better
Yeah.
defender than Kawhi Leonard.
No, he's
Hands
not.
down, he's
Are
a better
you
defender than
high?
Kawhi Leonard. Scottie Pippen is better than Kawhi Leonard.
Where is
Hey,
his defensive
that's
player of the
hater
year,
talk,
though,
man.
Hearn?
How Scottie was gonna get it when you got Giants, when you had all time great bigs winning them. You had guys like
Nah,
Mutombo
that's
winning
not true.
defensive player.
Michael Jordan won the defensive player of the
No,
year.
it was a big man league. It was a big
Michael
man
Jordan
league.
won the defensive player of the year.
Rarely guards won.
Gary Payton won the defensive player of the year.
And then you had guys like Gary Payton. Scottie Pippen not a better defender than Gary Payton. He wasn't even a better defender
But he's a
than Michael
better player.
Jordan.
Oh, hold
He
on.
wasn't even
So
a
let me
better
get this
defender than
right.
Michael Jordan.
Hold on. So you telling me because of I named two players who are not bigs who won the
Dennis
defensive player of
Rodman
the
a
year,
better
but
defender
Scottie
than him.
Pippen couldn't win it? Let me get the hell out of here, Herm.
Man,
You keep moving that
you
goalpost,
crazy.
man.
Scottie
Stop moving
Pippen
the
is a way
goalpost,
better
Hearn.
defender than Kawhi Leonard.
That
It's
dude is
not
not
even
no better
close.
defender,
It's
no
not
better
even
defender than
close.
Kawhi Leonard, bro. That man,
It's not
two
even
defensive
close.
back to back defensive player of the years. Get out
All
of
right,
here,
well,
Hearn.
but look at the era that he's playing in,
I'm
DJ.
about to say, yeah, they had different rules back then, guys. They had to play man up, straight up.
No,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
what
They wasn't
Kawhi and
allowed to
Kawhi don't
open
man
up.
up. Kawhi don't play man up defense. I got it.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I said the era was a totally different era. Back then, you literally had to lock your guy up. You
Bro,
had
Kawhi would have done the same shit because he's bigger and stronger than Scottie Pippen, and he
No,
didn't get
Scottie Pippen
injured.
is
He's not
longer.
gonna. He's
Scottie
not.
Pippen is more athletic, and Scottie Pippen is just a more skilled player. Kawhi Leonard only could
more
score the ball
skilled
better
player.
than Scottie Pippen.
Before you
That's
cap.
So
it.
let me
That's
ask
all
y'all
he
this
can do better
question
than
then.
Scottie.
Since
He
y'all
can
saying about the
rebound better than
defense,
Scottie Pippen. He's stronger than
since y'all
Scottie
saying about the
Pippen.
defensive player of the year
All
award,
that.
then let me ask y'all
More
this question
efficient.
then. Do y'all think, okay, y'all mentioned defensive player of the year award. Do y'all think Rudy Gobert a better defender than all them? Because he got 3 in a row.
Hell
No,
no.
I
Great
think
point, Mingle.
we
Great
had this
point,
with
Mingle.
I'm just
no.
asking the question. I'm just
No,
asking the
but
question.
that's a good
I'm just
question.
asking the
That's a good
question.
question. But here's the thing, Mingle. Scottie Pippen has none. So
He wasn't gonna
No,
get
but
none
but
back
what?
then.
But my
that
hold
point
on, but
doesn't
BJ,
make any doesn't
my
apply to
question
Scottie
was,
Pippen.
since you used the defensive player of the year award, is Rudy Gobert a better defender than Kawhi
But
Leonard?
that
Because he
doesn't
got 3
apply
in
to
a row.
Scottie Pippen.
Rudy
When I
Gobert
say
don't
that he's
play
a better
But I'm asking
defender,
a question though. I'm asking a
okay, but
question.
what are you trying to get at? What are you trying to say then? You asking the question
I'm
to try to get to
saying
something.
using your same logic is because you're talking about defensive player of the year award. Rudy Gobert got 3 in a row. Is Rudy Gobert a better defender than Kawhi Leonard? That's what I'm saying.
Some people will say, you know what? You know what? Some people will say that. I won't, but some people will say that.
It was 2 in a row.
So
But I have
since
a
you
case.
won't, then
I
I
have a
guess
case.
defensive player.
I have a
So
case.
that throws your
I have
whole
a-
argument out the window then. Because
No,
that
it
means
doesn't.
defensive player
I have
don't
because
matter.
Herm is
Because
going off
Rudy
as a
Gobert got 3, Kawhi got 2.
Herm is going out. That Herm is going off his opinion. I'm going off what has done happened. He's
And I'm
saying
going off
Scottie
what has
Pippen.
happened.
He's saying Scottie Pippen confidently is a better defender than Kawhi. Okay, tell me how he's a better defender.
How
Herm,
many
tell me how
years
Scottie
Scottie
Pippen's a
Pippen led
better
the league?
defender.
How many years Scottie Pippen led the league in steals? How many defensive player years he got? How many all defensive teams he got? And how many times in the playoff series has Scottie Pippen told the head coach, I got the other team superstar from now on, all this coaching, all your X and O's, this shit is null and void. Kawhi's done it every single series, and that's why you're wrong. Kawhi will be guarding LeBron James in a fucking series. It may not happen game 1. He's putting his foot down, and he's guarding LeBron for the rest of that series when he says, game over, cuz. I got you the rest of the series. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's been doing.
Series. No, he's not.
Yeah.
That's a
He won't guard the entire series, but he's going to take over guarding
he's
him.
not guarding
He's gonna take
LeBron
over
most
guarding
of the
that man
series.
in the series, and he's
not.
going to lock him up.
He's a star player. They're dependent on Kawhi. He's not guarding LeBron an entire series.
Yes, he
no, he's
is.
not.
Because he did it to Luka. He did it to Giannis.
He didn't guard Luka the whole series.
You talking nonsense. You talking
possessions.
nonsense. What we talking about is what happened on the court. The man said,
And I'm telling you, he will not guard LeBron the entire series. He would not.
Yes, he is.
No, he will not.
Yes, he
because
is.
they depended on him. He's a star. He would not.
He's already been doing it.
He only guarded LeBron that series like that because they depend on him to score for him. They still had Tim Duncan. They still had Tony Parker. They still had Manu Ginobili. They still had those guys. So they didn't need him on that end. But in 2017, but in 2017, when Kawhi came into play, he's the star player. He was the star player of the team. He would not be guarding LeBron like that because they depend on him to score.
Yes, he would, because they got Paul George, Westbrook, and Powell. And Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and Manu was old as fucking dirt. Tony Parker only averaged 17 points in the finals.
It didn't matter.
Yes, it does matter.
It didn't matter. They still had guys to score on the offensive end. It didn't matter.
They got guys to score now.
No, they didn't. Not in 2017, because Kawhi was the star. He was the guy, the main guy that they depended on.
He's cooking Draymond Green. What you talking about?
Bro, he was the main guy that they depended on. He would not would have been.
Marcus Aldridge was scoring. Jonathan Simmons.
They probably would have had, I don't know, J.R. Smith or somebody on
Jonathan Simmons was averaging fucking 16 points a game against Golden State.
I mean, not J.R. Smith, old buddy from the Spurs. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. They would have had him on LeBron, not Kawhi.
Yes, they would. Kawhi's gonna
No, they
always
would
guard the
not.
best player in the series
So
at
I would
some
not
point.
guard LeBron that series, bro. I'm telling
Yes,
you.
he would. Yes, he
No, he
would.
would not. No, he would
Yes, he
not.
would. Yes, he
No,
would.
he wouldn't. No, he
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yes, he would. The facts
The,
say
the,
different.
the star players rarely guard the other star player off the other team
Kawhi
in
was
any
guarding Luka
series.
Doncic
It
after Game 5 the
rarely
rest of the
happens.
series. He was guarding
Maybe in
Giannis
this soft
Antetokounmpo
ass
after
area.
Game 2, dummy.
It rarely happens.
No, it doesn't. He does it every
Yes, it
series.
does. It rarely
He does
happens.
it every
I'm
series. He
telling
did
you.
it to
No, he
Giannis.
doesn't. It rarely
Yes, he
happens.
does. Yes, he
He
does.
didn't
You don't know
guard
what you're talking
Giannis. They
about.
played Giannis as a team. He didn't guard Giannis. I
He
don't know why
guarded
y'all be
Giannis
saying
after Game 2, fool.
he did not guard Giannis.
Yes, he did. Yes,
They
he
guarded
did.
Giannis
You don't
as
know
a team.
basketball. Yes, he did.
No,
Go back
you
and
don't
watch
know
the games,
basketball.
dummy.
That nonsense you talking. He
Go
didn't
back
guard
and watch the
Giannis.
games. Go back and
They
watch the
played
games.
Giannis as a team.
Every team plays team defense, dummy. That don't mean shit. Kawhi
Nigga,
was
no. What
assigned to
I'm telling you
Giannis.
is they set up a wall for
Kawhi
Giannis.
was
That's what I'm
assigned to
saying.
Giannis.
No,
Go
with
ask Nick
Serge
Nurse.
Ibaka,
That
and those
don't matter.
guys.
Serge Ibaka was on the bench. He didn't even start.
No,
Giannis,
he was not on the
Kawhi was
bench.
guarding
Bro,
him.
they played Giannis as a team. They did not. Kawhi did not guard Giannis by
Kawhi
himself. No,
guarded
he did not.
Giannis after Game 2.
Stop
Yes,
it.
he did.
Bro,
Yes, he
stop it.
did. Yes,
No,
he
he
did.
didn't. Stop it.
Yes, he
That's
did.
a
Well, I'll
lie.
say this. This
That's
is
a
what I'll
lie.
say.
Yes, he
I'll
did.
say.
Nick
That's a
Nurse
I'll
lie.
said
say.
he did,
Hold
fool.
on. Let
That's
me.
a lie.
Let me
Nick
jump in.
Nurse
Let me
said
jump in.
That's a
Kawhi told
lie.
me I'm guarding Giannis. He said that out loud on the
That's a
microphone,
lie.
dummy.
Hey, let me
That's a
jump in.
lie.
Let me jump in, y'all. Y'all gotta let me jump in.
That's all facts. You don't know
I will say
basketball, so
this.
you're a fucking
That's a
I'll say
lie.
this. I'll say this. He there wasn't the primary guard on Giannis, but what he was the point of attack defender. So Kawhi took the initiative by saying, "I got Giannis." So he was the primary attack defender, and you had people who did help. You can't stop a great player by yourself.
All players
always
have
takes,
help, BJ.
but yeah, everybody has help.
That
But
don't mean nothing.
Kawhi was the point of attack defender. He was the one who took initiative and said, "I got
He
Giannis."
guarded Giannis
So that's
full
the
court.
credit you have. That's what
He
you
picked
have to
that
give
man
him.
up at half court, bro.
Right.
He was picking that man up
Yeah,
at half
that's
court.
what you have to give him.
He did
That's
not
what he.
go. Man, get out of here,
Every
bro.
team helps every
He did
defensive
right.
player here. Every team helps every.
Yeah,
Rudy,
he
you
was the
think
primary
Rudy
attack
Gobert
defender.
gonna get help from his perimeter defense? Rudy
Yeah,
Gobert ain't guarding fucking point guards. Fuck out of here, dummy.
right.
Nigga, who said that? You making arguments nobody even making. What you talking
Kawhi was
about?
guarding Giannis more than
Nonsense
anybody else
you
after
talking
Game
about.
2.
You making arguments nobody even say. What did you saying?
Because that's what you're trying to say. You trying to
Bro,
say
that's
he
not
wasn't
what
doing
I'm
this
trying
when
to
he wasn't
say.
doing it.
What you saying?
Yes, it is. Yes,
No,
it
it's
is.
not.
Kawhi was the head defender on Giannis after Game 2. He
No,
told
he
Nick
was
Nurse
not.
that, and
He was not.
Yes, he
Nick
was.
Nurse
No,
said it
he
in the
was
press conference.
not.
Yes, he was.
They guarded
Yes, he
Giannis
was.
as a team. That's what happened.
Yes, he was. That's
Yeah,
what,
but he
because
was the
Giannis
point of
was frying
attack
Pascal
defender.
Siakam Game 1 and
Like
2,
BJ
and
said.
Nick Nurse said Kawhi came in the locker room and said, "I got Giannis the rest of the series." That came from the head coach, not you. Oh, see, you ain't nobody. We talking about the coach. You ain't nobody,
He did
cuz.
not
We
guard
talking
Giannis.
about Nick
Bro.
Nurse.
He did not guard Giannis.
Yes,
They
he
guarded
did.
Giannis as a team.
Yes, so he didn't guard Giannis. So he sat on the bench and they played zone the whole series. Kawhi went on the
Every
court.
team that guard Giannis, they set up a wall for Giannis. Most of every team that guard Giannis,
They still got to have a
use
primary
that same.
defender.
They
They
use
ain't
that
playing
same
zone the whole
defensive
game.
frame as a wall.
They ain't
Still
playing
gotta have
zone
a
the whole
primary
game.
defender, yeah.
They ain't playing zone the whole game.
They use that wall. All defenders that guard Giannis use that
All
wall.
teams use the wall and all players. It's
No,
like different
they don't.
forms of
No, they
fashion. That
don't.
don't mean nothing.
No, they don't.
You still gotta have a primary defender though.
You still gotta have a primary defender.
And he
Kawhi was
wasn't that.
guarding
And
that
he
man.
wasn't that.
Yes, he was.
Who was
Kawhi was
then?
guarding that
Who
man,
was
and
the
I got a
guard?
link.
Who was the
on
primary
Google where the
defender?
Raptors coach said Kawhi said I got
They
Giannis.
all
And all you
they
gotta
were
do is go to
switching off
Google.
Giannis. They always
Go to
guarded Giannis.
Google.
That's what I mean by a team. They
No,
were
The
switching
whole
off
team
Giannis.
can't
I
use
may
Giannis.
guard
Everybody
it.
stay
Then
wide
somebody
open,
else
dummy.
might be
No,
on
they
it.
can't.
Then somebody else might. They were switching off Giannis. Everybody was guarding it. They did it as a team.
Still gotta start.
Go back and watch the series.
Everybody
Bro, who
has to
was
start
starting?
as a
Hold on. Who
primary
was on
defender.
top?
That's what Kawhi Leonard
He
did.
was the primary defender, though.
No, he was not, bro. They
Yes, he
guarded him as a
was.
team.
Yes, he was.
They were
See, you
switching
sound like a
off.
dumbass.
Everybody was guarding him.
Okay, let's
Everybody
move
was
on.
guarding
Let's
Giannis.
move on. Let's move on. So we
Kawhi
got
was a head defender.
we
Period.
got
No, he
four.
wasn't.
We got most
Yes,
of the
he
people
was.
on the panel
No,
saying
he wasn't.
Kawhi should have 4
Yes, he
titles.
was.
So you got 4 people. So everybody, what
That's
Kirk?
me.
How many
Or you
titles you say he should have?
I said 3.
I said 3 or 4. Either one, 3 or 4.
I
Somewhere in
said,
And you
between.
I said 4 or 5.
and then Thomas, how much you say, Shav?
I think he has 5, 4 minimum.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I think.
So I'm like,
And to be
okay,
honest with
well,
you, if I could even make it, I could even point it up to 6 because every series he played, he was healthy. He was the best player on the court.
Oh,
So I could
wow.
put it at 5 or 6.
Man, that's
So you talking about the year he didn't? So, I'm also counting the years like 2022, like he didn't play the entire year if he had stepped on the court.
Yeah, when he was healthy, he was the best player on the court outside of outside the bubble, which they lost, and I hold that to the Clippers. I'm not outside of that. All the years I'm counting had nothing to do with that. When he was healthy, he was the best player on the court.
So this is the question. So this is the question right here. Y'all say that Sean said he'll have 6. Okay. So if he got 6, all the teams that won the title those years, what years are we specifically talking about? 2019, he won in 2019. So we beat the Lakers in 2020, which he blew a 3-1 lead to Denver. So 2020, 2022, 2021, the Bucks, 2022, the Warriors. So he beating that Bucks team, he beating the Warriors. That's what y'all saying like that? He beating the Nuggets this year? That's what y'all saying?
No, he don't.
That's not what I'm saying.
Cause he have to beat those teams in order to win the title. Cause those are the teams that won the title. That's my point.
Yeah, I think he can definitely beat the Milwaukee team because he had faced Giannis before. He had faced that Milwaukee team before, so he really knows how to figure them out. But the Warriors, I have to see that to believe it. But the Nuggets, I don't think so.
Okay, then. So that canceled out the 6 titles then.
Yeah, I said 3. Me personally, I said 3. I ain't say 6. 6 is
that canceled out the 6 titles then.
I said 4,
6 is a
4
stretch.
maybe 5. I say 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, that's realistic. 6, I don't think so.
No, I don't think he have 6.
Yeah.
And I'm going off. He should have had that one with Ray Allen. That's my opinion, because they was minutes away from winning that championship.
Are you talking about 2013?
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't even count that. I'm only counting the years that Kawhi could not finish the playoffs. Y'all counting years he could finish the playoffs.
No, I feel you, Thomas. Well, I'm just going by what I'm going on. I think he should have had that one in 13.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong because it wasn't Kawhi missing the free throw. The biggest player of that game was Tim Duncan missing that layup with about under 30 seconds left. That was bigger than Kawhi's free throw.
I remember that.
But for me, when I'm counting, I ain't even counting the years he played because I hold that against him as I should. Because if you finish, you finish. So 2021 he finished. I'm not counting that. The Spurs with Tim Duncan missed the layup, he missed the free throw. I'm not counting that. I'm talking about the ankle roll. That's 1 year. I'm talking about the degenerative knee that Tony Parker said was a bruised thigh. That's 2 years. I'm talking about the ACL cost 2020. The 2021.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But I'm saying my opinion is should have had the one in 13. And then the 21, he should have had that one. I knew we would beat the Suns and the Bucks, and that was a no case one. I think, in my opinion, that's a no case one right there. And then last year when he got hurt, I think we would have won last year. I think we could have beat. I think we was going to beat him.
I'm dropping the link. I'm dropping the link on the YouTube. Show y'all where Giannis took over. Say he was taking over guarding. Kawhi said he's taking over guarding Giannis. Here's the link right here.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, you're right. But they still had the wall because sometimes Giannis did drive past Kawhi, but because of the wall, he couldn't really be effective. So he was really, if you really look at that series from game 3 to game 6, his efficiency dropped.
No doubt, but like BJ said, he was still the point of attack.
He was a primary. He was a primary defender.
Hey, check this out. This is why the wall don't matter. Check this out. Pascal Siakam was guarding Giannis game 1 and game 2 with that same wall, and Giannis was killing that wall. Kawhi said after game 2, it's in the locker room. The head coach said this ain't got nothing to do with Thomas. It ain't got nothing to do with Kurt, OC Love, BJ. This is nothing to do with none of y'all. Nothing to do with me. We not nobody. We are nobodies. This comes from the head coach of the Raptors. Kawhi walked in the locker room and said, listen, the shit y'all is not working. Pascal, I got Giannis the rest of this series, and Giannis's numbers immediately dropped. That wall immediately became effective, and that wall was not effective game 1 and game 2 when Pascal was guarding him. Giannis was killing that same wall. So don't tell me that shit didn't work. Kawhi got on him and locked that shit up and swept his ass up out of there.
That's a fact.
So stop the
Hold
cap.
on though. But wait, I got something right here. So check this out. So in 2013, guy said that the Spurs should have won that title, right? But my thing is about that 2013 title is they also had an overtime too. Why didn't they just take it home in overtime? They let LeBron take over.
That's a great point, bro.
That's a good point.
That's a great point. Hey, bro, I agree with you, bro.
Oh, and there was
what year y'all talking about? Are y'all going all the way back to the baby Kawhi years when they went in his prime? Y'all doing that again?
2013.
No. He's just naming. No, they shouldn't have had that ring, bro. He was in his second year. Kawhi was a baby.
Kawhi, the player we speaking on is going to be the prime Kawhi. Nobody ever goes in judging players' history and says, okay, well, let's judge. Let's take when they was in the league and they only played 20 minutes a game and let's hold that against them. That's fucking idiotic. That's ludicrous. That's stupid. That's biased.
They do that for everybody,
that's hypocritical.
That's a lie. That's a lie. They do that for everybody. They do it for Kobe. They do it for LeBron. They do it for everybody. That's a lie.
I see what he's saying, though. I see what he's saying. He's basically
that's a lie. They do
judge a prime
LeBron. Everybody bring up LeBron missing the playoffs his first 2 seasons. Everybody bring up that Kobe was a role player and all that stuff. Come on, bro.
That's facts. But if we're judging the prime Kawhi, bro, like how many championships a prime Kawhi would have, that 2017 year when he was facing Golden State, even when he was facing Memphis in that series, he was I forget how much he was averaging against Memphis. He looked unstoppable in that Memphis series. And then
this whole notion
that was crazy.
Whole notion that the Spurs. This is why I want to also say. I think Bruce wanted to come in. I want to get this straight with this whole Spurs thing. First of all, when people say the Spurs just carry Kawhi as all cap, we have plenty of evidence to show. Even with Tim Duncan not being there, Tim Duncan older, Kawhi was still going to be Kawhi. So at the end of the day, if the Spurs were so great, why has it been since 2018? They made any type of playoff runs. Why have they been so putrid since 2018? Why have they been so bad since Kawhi has done left?
That's a great point, bro. I mean, let's be honest, bro. I mean, since 2015 or 16, Kawhi on the Spurs, he's been their best player. Like ever since Tim Duncan sat out, Kawhi was their best.
But nobody wants to. But see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to say that. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, Kawhi Leonard was." Like Tim Duncan was older. They needed him. And here's another point. Here's the thing. Here's another point people don't want to mention. From 2007, and I'm gonna let the real listen after this. From 2007 to 2013. Do y'all know the Spurs never even made it to the finals? They went on a 6-year drought. It wasn't until they got Kawhi Leonard and they actually got back to the finals again.
People don't remember that.
Hey, that's a good point.
They went on the Spurs never went back to back. For that, everybody say they're such a great organization. They have never been back to back. Yeah, they're a team that's had a high season run, but when it gets to the playoffs and they face other teams, they have lost to a lot of playoff teams. They've lost to the OKC Thunder twice. They lost to the Lakers all through the 2000s. They lost to the Memphis Grizzlies at the 8th seed. They lost to the Clippers in 20. They've lost to a lot of teams.
And when Kawhi got there, that was the closest they ever got to being back to back.
Great point. I didn't even think of that, OC. I didn't even think of that. That's a great point.
You also got to take into consideration that the Spurs never missed the playoffs the entire time Tim Duncan was there.
That's true. That's true, but that's fine. But I'm saying they only want to
get in 20 years, never missed the playoffs.
That's crazy.
And I give the Spurs credit that, but the thing is, Kawhi deserves equal amount of credit for what he brought. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So people don't want to give Kawhi credit, but they want to say, "Oh, he won because he was with the Spurs." Like that's why I have to draw the line. Yeah. So
that's a good point.
Let's go to the realist, man. What's up, bro?
What's good, y'all? Hey, congratulations, BJ, man, on that new job you got with the Clippers. Congratulations on that, man. I think Kawhi, he got 2. think he should be at I'll say 4 or 5.
That's
I don't
wrong.
see no 6. I don't see
That's
no
wrong.
6. But Thomas made some good points, man, because I always said I don't blame that that Ray Allen shot. I don't blame Kawhi. I think Tim Duncan missing that layup,
Fact.
There you
that
go.
bunny, I think that was more key. And and Thomas, like he said, man, you seen it. Tim knew he fucked up.
Yeah, he did.
So I can't really put that one on Kawhi. And yes, Ray hitting that big three, that was a iconic shot, but
Hey,
Tim put
Dorilus,
that
Dorilus, can I ask you something?
was
So,
good.
so, eh, so they want to say that Kawhi Leonard had all this help, right? Why has nobody ever come on this panel and said Tim Duncan, that so-called big ass helper averaging 14 points a game that missed the layup? If he was so much help to make Kawhi win, why is he not being held accountable for that layup?
I mean, you know what it is. I think a lot of things with people with Kawhi is that he don't play, man. That's what really turns people off with Kawhi.
And he
He just
quiet.
don't play, man. And right,
He
he's
don't
quiet.
like quiet people.
Right. So that's what it really is, man. And yes, his game may be dull. You know what I mean? He ain't flashy. Even when he dunk,
Oh
he's not trying to dunk. When he got a fast break, he ain't trying to be fancy. A lot of that goes with him being hurt all the time.
no, he's
So
a
he ain't
glitzy
trying to
player.
risk none, right? So it's like, but I think a lot of people, when they come at Kawhi, it's because he don't play. He's this good player, but we never see him play.
And that's a great point, bro. That's so
And
facts.
Kawhi against, let me tell you something, and I said this before. When Kawhi go against KD and LeBron, he take that very serious. Like he take it to another level when he against them.
Yep.
So this LeBron being in the East and Kawhi couldn't beat him, I don't know, man. I don't know about all that because I know, maybe he still maybe he still holds something against KD for saying he was a system player. He only good in the Spurs system, and that's
That's
why
I
every
doubt he
time
does
exactly
though.
what that is.
I doubt he does
every
though.
time,
Kawhi don't care about that
every,
shit.
I think
we
he
don't
does
know
care
though.
about it.
We don't know though. I think he do too
I
You
because
think
think so?
I think
every time he
yeah.
go
Hell
against
yeah.
it, every time he go against KD, man, you see a different Kawhi. He
I,
take that matchup different.
I think
I
he
see what you're
cares, but I
saying.
think it's more so about him respecting his peers, his people he feel like is on the same level as him. I
Facts, bro. Facts. I don't think he
think it
cares
got
as the
more to do
fact.
with that.
Yeah. Like all great players get up for great players. That's just facts. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, all
But
his
Yeah,
peers.
but you get up for the real is right, bro. Y'all lying if
man,
y'all
I'm
say
telling you, man,
a
if you
man
go watch
I'm
a man
not
this
saying
called
it
you
don't
man,
out.
have nothing to do with it. I think it does have something to do with it, but I'm just saying I think he cares more so about getting up for his peers.
Yeah,
but it's been
exactly.
I've
but
only
it's
seen this
been
man play.
reports that when that came out, because I remember when that came out, Kawhi didn't like
2015,
that.
17 or
Kawhi
something like
didn't
that.
like
18.
that. Kawhi didn't like that statement from
Yeah,
KD.
no, he don't. He a great
He
player.
probably didn't. Of course he did. But I'm saying
So that's what I'm saying. I feel like he really take that matchup
No, I think it's a
serious
fact.
against Kawhi, LeBron. I mean, Giannis. I
yeah,
can't
that
really
too. Yeah,
throw
you're right.
Giannis in
No,
there
you're
because
right.
I don't know about Giannis too much.
Nah, but you got to think, bro. Any great player that's a threat to you, like that can actually beat you, you're gonna take that matchup serious. And the reason why I say Kawhi didn't care about what KD said, he was gonna guard KD regardless like that, even if he didn't say that. So
Yeah,
he heard that
I think
statement.
that's what I'm
He's
saying. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly, bro. If he didn't,
because he
KD
wants
never
to be
said
the
that
best.
statement. Exactly, bro. That's all that matters. It was just something probably extra, but Kawhi was gonna guard KD like that, whether he said he was a system player or not. And deep down in
Right.
KD's heart, he knew he wasn't a system player, bro.
That's more
Like you,
fuel for him, though.
yeah, you're not a system player pulling up from three. You're not a system player playing just like Kevin Durant and playing better defense. He knows he's not a
Right,
system player. He was
right.
just talking, bro. I mean, but he probably thought at the time, and then that Toronto Raptors shit happened. He was like, oh shit, that's not a system player. So I mean, yeah, he was going all great players get up for great players, bro. That's all in NBA history. But yeah, you might be right. That might have been extra fuel, of course, because
Yes,
LeBron.
it's extra fuel, but I don't think
Yeah,
it's a factor. I think he wanted to be great against the other greats. Period.
Exactly, bro. We know Kawhi. I think when he say LeBron scared to guard him or something, like Kawhi, he probably got a little. He probably be talking shit. He talk
Yeah,
shit.
he got an ego too. Just because he quiet don't mean he
Facts.
has an ego. You can't be that
And
great without ego.
I'm gonna
Facts.
say another thing. I'm gonna say one more else. I'm gonna say another thing. I think when it comes to LeBron, I think LeBron got a little fear when he go against Kawhi. I
I
don't
do.
think LeBron. I don't think LeBron really fear KD. Like I think LeBron may fear KD when he was against Golden State because he knew okay what
Right.
Curry could do.
No,
Nah,
I agree.
nah, nah.
I,
LeBron was frying KD's ass when he played for Golden State. He was frying that man.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was more so the other players
Shit, KD was frying
around
him too.
KD.
That,
Wait a minute.
KD
that
was
man,
Whoa,
that
whoa,
man
whoa,
ain't
wait,
never
whoa.
averaged no 30 plus
LeBron
a
was
game.
KD was
frying
He
who when
frying
ain't
he
him.
never
what?
fucking with him.
KD was frying him too. KD was cooking him. KD made him slip and everything. LeBron was
yeah.
terrified when he was on Golden State. LeBron
No,
already
no,
knew.
KD was cooking on offense. But he
And
his
defense too.
but what he said was he didn't think LeBron was scared of him. So I stayed with the topic. LeBron was frying his ass on
Of
offense.
course he was. But
But
that's all.
you ain't never ever gonna see. You ain't never seen this man fry. You ain't never seen him
No,
ISO. I've seen this man
Kawhi.
ISO KD before. He ain't
Yeah,
never lined. He ain't never backed that ball up 5 feet, lined that man up, and said it's
yeah.
mano a mano. He ain't never gonna
Not
do it, and he ain't
consistently.
never done it.
That's
Not
because
consistently.
Kawhi's
He's
strong
done
and
it
shit
before, but
like
not
him.
consistently. Exactly. Exactly. He's just a really great defensive player, bro. Because he
Right.
can match every. He's
He
6'8",
felt
just like him. He's stronger. He's stronger than LeBron too.
Right,
That's
he
quiet as
right,
felt
kept.
right,
He's
LeBron.
stronger than LeBron too.
LeBron felt his strength. He was like, God damn, ain't never
Exactly.
ran up
right.
And the
on
thing
nobody.
is
See,
exactly,
LeBron
bro.
ain't never ran up on somebody that was strong like him, and
And
he
the
could,
same height.
yeah, at same height. He's so
He
used to bullying people.
he the same height. He's stronger. He's longer. His hands bigger. He's
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 quicker.
he,
He's quicker.
he's quicker.
Yeah, and he's
There's nothing Kawhi has no weakness, and BJ told y'all
And
1,900 times,
and that, and that,
I
that's
told
fact.
he
That's
has
fact.
and
no
that,
weakness. You can't attack nothing this man does. Nothing.
That's
Luca
fact.
shit. That Luca shit. Come on, man. Come on.
Right,
Luca,
right.
Luca can't, Luca can't hold Kawhi, man. And we
We all
seen
know
that.
that.
We
Hey,
seen
y'all
that.
remember in the
Hey,
playoffs
realist.
when
Hey,
Luca
realist. Hey, realist.
when Kawhi was
Realist. Hey, man.
isoing Luca and
Hey, man.
shit?
Hold on, Sean. Hold on, Sean. Hey, realist. How did for Herm? Because it's capping ass. What was Kawhi doing to Luka Doncic in that? And Sean
Hey,
can answer
man.
this question too,
Hey,
man.
I remember this shit. Hey, I remember I was in the hospital, man. And I was like, what the fuck? Kawhi just killing this dude, man.
That man was
Right.
targeting Luca Doncic.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoever Luka Doncic guarded, Kawhi called for the screen.
Yes.
And this is and let me clear this up too
I hate
before
to
I
be
finish
an
this.
asshole.
But before I finish this, you can Google this shit. Kawhi was calling whoever Luka was guarding. He was calling that man to the top of the key, hitting the
Mm-hmm.
switch, and then he backed the basketball up and ISO that man
Mm-hmm.
and putting the Jordan dribble between his legs on his head time after time. He was frying that
Hey,
dude on both fucking
hey,
ends.
He's
Hey, two straight
supposed.
Thomas.
He's
seasons. Two
supposed to,
straight
man.
seasons.
Hey, Thomas.
But
You know what
I
Kawhi
got
was?
some.
Yep.
I got something better for
Wait,
y'all.
wait a minute, Hiram. You know what Kawhi was doing? Kawhi was like,
I don't want to hear this nut
I know,
glazing right now. I don't want to hear
I
this
know
nut
I
glazing
know
right
what
now.
you
I'm
can do
finna
on the
change y'all.
offensive end. I know what you can do on the offensive end. Let me see what you can do on this defense. That's what Kawhi
Right.
was telling
Bro,
me.
He
he
ain't.
was
He
he
Let
ain't
me
was
see
really
what you
watching
can do
beat
on
Luca
this
the
and
defense.
frying Luca the
Clippers.
same
The
fucking
Clippers were
time, bro.
supposed to beat the Mavericks, man.
Two
That's not
straight years.
impressive.
Two
That's
straight
not
years, Herm.
impressive. Hey,
Two straight
but
years.
I'm gonna say this too. And then Luca was a second, third year player, so that's not impressive.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
But let me go here though. And hold
What
on,
about
Tom.
Kawhi being a second year
Hold on,
player though?
Tom. Hold on, Tom. But
Let her
I
go.
don't even
Let her
count
go.
them years with Kawhi. But let me say this though, Tom. I'm gonna piss y'all the fuck off. Thomas, you may have a stroke after I say this, but I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna troll
He might have
y'all.
a stroke after you say
I'm gonna
this.
get on y'all ass because
I'm
y'all
gonna
doing
have a
too much
stroke
nut
laughing at Joe
glazing.
Ricardo hypocrite
Y'all
ass. That's
doing
what I'm
too
gonna do.
much nut glazing right now. Look, I'm gonna tell the truth. Hey, y'all ain't kept that same energy when LeBron James locked up Paul George and Kawhi Leonard in the same game. Y'all don't keep
He
that
was
same energy
Kawhi.
with
He
that
was
game.
Kawhi.
One
Y'all
I got the
don't keep the
screenshots on my
same
phone.
energy when
I
LeBron
got the
did that.
screenshots on my phone. I got
Uh
the
huh.
screenshots on my
Uh
phone.
huh.
You
Hey,
don't
man,
want
Herb,
to talk
wait,
about
wait
that
a
time.
minute, Herb.
Yeah,
Wait
you
a
don't
minute,
want to
Herb.
talk
I
about
got the
that time. He
screenshot.
lost both
I
them
got
niggas.
the
Yeah,
screenshot. Hey, Thomas,
yeah, you ain't talking about
Thomas.
that. Check your Instagram.
Hold
Hold on,
on,
I'm finna fix
Thomas.
this. I'm finna fix this. BJ, check your
Hey,
Instagram. I'm about to
Herb,
send you
go
a
back and
screenshot.
watch that last play. Herb,
Bingo. They don't want to talk
Herb,
about
go
that,
back.
Bingo. I've
Hey,
been waiting
Herb,
on
go
that. I
back.
got screenshots. Oh, yeah,
Herb,
here
go
it
back and
comes.
watch that. Herb, go back and watch that last play. LeBron grabbed Kawhi arms, man.
It
Hey,
don't
Come
matter.
on
I
now.
It
got the
don't matter.
Come
That
on
screenshot.
now,
happens
I
in
got
man.
the
basketball.
Come on
screenshot.
now,
It was
man.
one
That
Come
possession.
on
basketball.
now.
I got the
He still
screenshot,
locked the
Is
foot.
he?
Darius. I got the
Wait,
screenshot
wait. Is
right
he
here.
talking
So
about?
drop
So it
the
don't
drop
matter.
the screenshot, Sean. Drop the screenshot.
Is he
I
talking
got
about
the
the bubble?
screenshot, cuz. Here it comes. Here it comes. Uh-oh.
Is he talking about the
Hey,
bubble?
uh-oh.
Right? Yeah, he talking about the
You
bubble.
done fucked
Man,
up
he talking
now,
about that
dog.
weak ass bubble. Man, he keep talking
You
about that
done
bubble, man.
fucked up
It
now,
don't matter.
dog.
He locked up Paul George and Kawhi
For
Leonard in the
one
same
game. For
game.
one game out of
No,
like
Yeah, he
what,
not.
20
no,
It
Nah,
don't
he
games?
didn't
nah,
lock
but
him
it
up.
don't
Possession.
matter
he
though. It
held him.
don't
It
matter
was a
though.
possession.
Y'all
For one
y'all.
game out of 20
He didn't lock him
It
up.
don't
games?
matter though.
Oh,
But he
yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
lock him
Herb, it
up.
does
One game,
matter.
it was a possession.
Every
But he
player
did.
has every dog has his day, Herb. Don't do that.
But
Don't do
he
that,
did
Herb.
lock him up though.
So what
But
happened?
he
Hold
did
up.
not lock
So
him
Right.
up.
He
when it
fouled on one
counted the most
possession.
on 2014, what happened to LeBron? When it
I
mattered the
mean,
most?
2013. What happened in 2013? Since
It
you
was
brought up
second.
14,
No, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. When
I just
Kawhi got, don't do
don't
that.
bring up 14
Don't
then.
do that, bro.
Don't
You know
bring
what
up
happened in
14. I
14
One
won't bring
though.
up
possession.
13.
You know what happened in
He
14 though.
And
blazing
LeBron,
on one
hey,
possession.
you want to know what happened in 13?
What
Hey,
happened?
hold on, I'm gonna be an asshole again. You want to know what happened in 13? One of them niggas choked,
And
and one of them niggas were clutch. LeBron James was
so
clutch
LeBron
in
didn't
Game
choke.
7, and
LeBron didn't
Kawhi Leonard
choke.
choked in Game 6. And
So before,
LeBron cooked Kawhi the whole Game 7.
so
He
before that,
cooked Kawhi.
so
Kawhi
before
was
that,
guarding LeBron. And guess what
second
LeBron
year
did?
player,
40 piece Game
second
7.
year player,
40
Herb,
piece Game 7. Yeah.
second year
Yeah.
player,
Since y'all doing all this nut glazing.
second year
Since
player,
you want
Herb,
to do that, I don't care. I don't care. Y'all do that against Luca.
second year
You
player.
giving Kawhi credit for locking up a second year player in Luca.
He never locked up
Yeah.
Luca, bro.
So
He never
give
locked
credit
up
when his
Luca.
ass got
No one
That's a
cooked
said he ever
margin.
locked up
Game
Luca.
7, nigga.
That's
He
all
never
it
Give
locked up
takes.
give
Luca,
credit when
Make a
his
nigga.
ass got
margin.
Luca
cooked in
averaged like
Game 7.
35
Hold
that
on,
That was
hold
the
series.
on,
first
hold on.
game.
Time out, time out, time out. Hold
Denver
on,
shit was in the
hold
first
on,
Game
hold
7
on,
that he
hold on.
got his ass
Y'all,
kicked
hold on.
in.
Stop. Hold on. Okay. First off, Luca was not a second year player, huh?
Thank you.
He was
Second or
his
third
fourth
year
season.
player.
He was in his
Back to
fourth
back years,
season.
BJ.
He missed the first 2 seasons of his years in his playoff. Luca missed the first 2 seasons of playoffs in his first 2 years. He locked him up in his fourth year.
Yep.
Third or fourth
That's
year.
fourth year.
Big
You ain't
deal.
no rookie, bro. 4
Big
years of
deal.
experience. You
Big
ain't no
deal.
rookie.
Hey, you want to know?
Herb,
Hey,
he didn't even
BJ.
lock him up. He averaged like 35.
Name how many third or fourth year players be leading the franchise the way Luka had, and ain't that many, nigga. And ain't that
Yeah,
many.
to first
Herb
round
just don't
losses,
like
first
Kawhi.
round exits.
It's
Now
not
I just
just.
don't like. I
It's not
just
even.
don't like when
It's
niggas overhype niggas.
no.
That's what I
It's
don't
not
like.
just. You
I
know what,
like
man?
Kawhi Leonard, but y'all
Yeah, that's what I was
overhyping
about to
Kawhi
say.
Leonard.
That's what I
Y'all
was about
going
to
too
say.
far.
Oh, he's
Y'all
talking
going
about
too
these
far
plays at
with
the
this
end of at the
praise
end of the
with
play.
Kawhi Leonard. Y'all just going
These
too
happen
far.
at
Yeah,
the end of
one
the game, bro.
possession.
Herb, you're talking about
Look,
one game out of like
I
20
don't give a
games
damn
that
about him
LeBron did
grabbing
Even the
this.
niggas.
whole
Grab
game
all
is
the
a
hey
time.
possession.
That's
Herb.
part of
Hey Herb.
basketball.
Look at that play. Look at that
That's
play
a
right
foul,
there.
Herb. That's a
So,
Look at
foul.
that.
That's a
That's a
foul, man.
foul, man.
Herb,
God
so
damn,
get
that's a
all that,
foul,
bro.
huh?
Herb, don't you
Guess what
ever call
LeBron?
That's
my
a
name because
Herb.
I
Hey,
got
Herb, that's a foul though, son. That's a foul, man.
Guess what? Guess what
everything
though?
you knew
Y'all
from
so
here on
damn
out.
ignorant. Y'all so damn ignorant. I could pull up a clip right now of Kawhi Leonard fouling LeBron James.
Go ahead, bro.
Since y'all want to go there,
Come on, Herb.
Kawhi's arm ain't
that
extended.
ain't
He's
hard to
grabbing
do.
Kawhi's arm.
Man, this
Kawhi's
nigga
arm is
Herb,
bent to his
man.
body, fool.
This
You
nigga
gotta fix
Herb,
your
man.
mic.
God damn, this nigga Herb, man.
So he's choosing one game out of like
I'm
30
telling you.
games they played against each other. He's
Hey,
choosing one game.
It ain't even a game, it's a
but see, this is
possession.
my problem with y'all
I
though.
don't understand
Y'all
what
want
you're
to
trying to
bring
get
up
at,
all
bro.
the regular season success, and they only faced each other in the playoffs 2 times. And all y'all got
And what
y'all.
happened?
No, but guess what? All y'all could do is point out to the fact the regular season. That's the way y'all measure it because Kawhi didn't hit his prime
Record
until
margin.
most of those regular season games. Because you got to
Okay.
realize when the 1-on-1 in the playoffs, Kawhi Leonard wasn't even. He was out. They were leaving that nigga open. They wasn't even really counting Kawhi Leonard
That's
for a
why
minute
he was shooting
game plan.
40% too. That's why he was shooting 40% on the edge.
No. Kawhi Leonard shot 60%.
He beat.
I'm
He
talking about
beat.
for three. He
Hey,
was
It's
I
wide
say
wide
this,
open.
open though.
man. Hey, hey, Herb.
What I'm saying,
60% is field goal percentage. Field goal percentage includes dunks and layups. That's not shooting, dummy.
what I'm saying is, y'all praising Kawhi Leonard for locking up a young player in Luka Doncic and
He did not
beating
lock
him,
him up.
and
He
it took
averaged
him
like
seven, and it took
35.
him
He did not
7
lock up
games.
Luca.
Hold on.
Hey,
Damn,
why
y'all
couldn't
niggas
Paul
do is
George
jump
lock
on a
up?
nigga. I can't finish the damn statement with that
I'm
shit. I
sorry,
kept a
bro.
motherfucker
He just
jumping
didn't
in.
lock him up, bro. I'm just saying. Keep
No,
going.
no, 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 no. No. I'm just saying what guys are doing. Guys give Kawhi Leonard credit for the beating Luka Doncic and stopping them at key moments. Okay, and that's a young player at the time. He's young. Luka not even hit his prime yet. Haven't even hit his prime yet. And y'all giving the credit over there. So therefore, you got to talk about how Kawhi Leonard ass was getting cooked. How you got cooked
Okay.
in Game 7 again when Miami beat the Spurs in Game 7 of 2013. Game
Good
6,
points.
Kawhi Leonard choked in Game 6 to lead to the Ray Allen big shot 3, and which led to LeBron James cooking their ass the whole Game 7. Y'all don't bring up those moments. All y'all do is bring up the what ifs and he didn't get hurt. The good
LeBron was
moments that he
calling for
had in
screens. He was not cooking
2021. The
Kawhi.
good
He was
moments
not
that he
cooking
had.
Kawhi. He was
The
calling
good
for
moments that
screens.
he had for 2 games. Now hold on. Y'all I let y'all nut glaze for a while on purpose.
Hey,
So so
Herm,
I
I
can
just
get
want to
my
ask
point
you a
out.
question, man, before I jump off. Hey, I just want to ask
Let
you
the
a question,
margin.
man.
I mean I get interrupted. I can't even finish what I want to say.
Beat Prime LeBron by record margin.
Hey, Herm, I just
Somebody's
want to
phone
ask you.
fucked up, so I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, I hear that shit too.
Yeah, that shit fucking amazing.
Somebody need to go on mute.
Hey, Herm.
If someone go on mute, I make it hear you. Damn, who phone is it?
Sound like that shit.
All right, go ahead. I think it was Kurt. Go ahead.
All right, Herm. If LeBron, 6-4? What, he 4-6 in the finals? 4-6. All right. You give Kawhi that record, right? 10 times in the finals. You think he have a better record than LeBron?
Guaranteed.
I doubt it because his body ain't gonna hold up to be in the many finals.
We're gonna take away the
Since
health,
we going
man.
there,
We taking
his body
away
ain't
the
gonna
health.
hold up for that many
We're
finals.
gonna take away
I'm
the
going
health.
off the body work that I seen for Kawhi Leonard. He ain't gonna make 10 finals
You
no way because
put
his body
Kawhi
don't hold up.
you put Kawhi in the finals 10 times.
He ain't
Do
gonna
he
make
have
it
a
that
better
many
record than
times.
LeBron?
He proven that he
Okay.
won't make it that many times.
I just say he do then.
I can't have no
All right.
hypothetical with that.
Okay. I got you, B. I got you, Herm. I got you. Man.
Okay.
To answer your
Well,
question, guaranteed.
we gonna end it within 5 minutes. So we're gonna end it in 5 minutes. Any last second thoughts, man? Everybody hit that like button. Any last second response before we end the live?
Hey,
Hey,
can we get a
BJ.
shout out to
BJ, let me
BJ
ask you that.
for
Much respect
Hey,
to
BJ.
you, DJ.
hold on, man. Let's make sure we get this in, bro. Everybody ain't got this in. Everybody need to be giving a shout out to BJ for his accomplishment, for
That's what I was gonna say.
his career opportunity. This is a big point in his life. We need to make sure
You
we put that
deserve it, brother.
out here. I know we've been talking a lot of Kawhi and LeBron and NBA arguing, but we got to make sure, man. Everybody show BJ some love for this career opportunity, bro. This is big.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
man.
deserve it, brother.
Congratulations, like I said, BJ.
Just
That's
like
the
I
only
said,
reason
man.
I'm cheering for the Clippers because I want BJ to get a ring, man.
But notice,
Herm,
man,
I respect that though. I can respect your hate right there. I like that. See, I like when somebody just flat out say, "Hey, man, I hate that team. I hate that player." I respect that.
No, I don't hate Kawhi Leonard.
Herm don't hate
I'm gonna tell
Kawhi
you what I
Leonard.
hate, Thomas. I'm gonna tell you what I hate.
Herm don't.
I hate when niggas going overboard with the hype of a player, and when they don't, when they only talk about certain moments that benefit their narrative, but they don't really tell the whole scope of the story. That's what I hate, and I think that's what I've been hearing a lot today. They just want to tell their proportion, fulfill their objective, talking about their favorite guy. I think a lot of things be left out about Kawhi Leonard that need to be told. So I think you guys, instead of giving all the praise, tell the fucking truth about the player. That's all I be wanting y'all to do. But a lot of
I don't
guys
think you
don't do
told us
that.
nothing today that we don't already know though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Herm just talking that ticket TV bullshit. I know what you do,
Ticket
Herm.
TV ain't got
Yeah.
shit to do with my
I know
opinion
what you
on
do,
Kawhi
Herm,
Leonard.
man. Come on, man. Come on. Because you was
No,
never
Ticket
talking that
TV
way,
ain't got
Herm.
shit.
Herm,
Ticket
you was
TV
never
ain't got
talking
shit to
that
do with
way.
that.
Herm, you was never talking that way, man.
No,
I know what it
Oh,
I
is,
yeah.
man.
always.
So,
I
so
know what
Herm
it
Now,
get
is,
disrespect
Ticket
Herm.
now.
used to
I
be
know what
mad.
it
No,
is, Herm.
now
Hell, Herm, everybody
since
frying
you
your
like to
ass back.
bring
Herm,
up
you need to
Ticket
get
though.
off.
Now the realest, since you
Yeah.
like to bring up Ticket used to be mad at me when I used to cook Kawhi Leonard back in 2020 when Ticket was on the Clipper bandwagon, and I was telling Ticket the whole time I don't trust Kawhi Leonard,
Herm,
and
you
he
was
used to
never
get mad
talking
at
that
me for
shit.
saying it.
Herm, you was never talking that shit.
Yes,
You
I
was never
was.
talking that shit. No, you wasn't,
Yes, I
Herm.
was.
No, you
I
wasn't,
wish
Herm.
Mingle still wasn't here because Mingle been on the panel with me most of these times. So Mingle can vouch. I always said a lot of things about Kawhi Leonard that I felt like he would not win another ring at the Toronto. I'm the one of the first niggas to say Kawhi would not win another ring at the Toronto.
But Herm, you was on show channel saying that
Yeah,
you
I was
had them
cheering
up.
for him.
What?
Yeah, I was
No,
cheering.
wait a minute.
Now what
Come on,
what
Herm.
I'm trying
Herm, come
what
on,
I'm trying
man.
to
Come
say.
on,
Jokes, man.
Herm, man.
Herm, change your YouTube to fucking Mr. Joke.
Herm, hey, Herm, hey,
No,
put it like this,
but
Herm.
the realest. I could want a nigga to do something, but when I gotta face reality and realize that nigga ain't finna do it, I gotta face reality. That nigga just ain't gonna do it. I had hopes. I had high hopes,
Man,
and me and BJ this past season felt like a lot of shit was on Tyronn Lue, and most of the problems were because of the front office. That's why the Clippers been having issues. I thought Ty Lue did a terrible job coaching this past season. But further information that I got is really the front office. It's really management been the issue for the Clippers. So I really don't blame the Clippers' lackluster success on Kawhi Leonard. Now I'm gonna say this: hell, his body breaking down, so hell, you can't rely on him. So you can't rely on Kawhi no more. You can't rely on that man to be the man. You can't rely on that. So end of the day, we got to face reality with it. But I did feel like last year, I think Ty Lue lost about 25 games that I can remember that Ty Lue lost because of his coaching and decision making.
I agree.
I didn't have them beating Denver, so I was saying that shit at the beginning of the season. If they had to face Denver, they weren't gonna beat them.
I'm not, but I'll actually I think they could have if you play guys like Robert Covington more minutes. If you make sure Terrence Mann get more minutes. If you sit
I
down
agree.
Marcus Morris, if you play the right guys, the certain amount of minutes that they could be in the constant rhythm. I think Terrence Mann in a whole series against Denver could average an easy 18 to 20 points if given the opportunity to. And he gonna give Jamal Murray fits. So therefore, you saving Kawhi Leonard because you basically put Kawhi Leonard on a guy like Aaron Gordon. So Aaron Gordon, those easy back cuts that he be getting, he wouldn't get that against the Kawhi Leonard. Even though Kawhi Leonard do be having moments when he watches the ball sometimes, but outside of that, Aaron Gordon would not be as effective. He would not be getting those offensive rebounds that he'll get if Kawhi Leonard playing at the four. Paul George, you got a healthy Paul George. I don't see on nobody in Denver that can deal with Paul George when healthy. So it's a lot of different things. If Ty Lue played the right lineup, he could get it
Well,
done. Robert
you
Covington
said
was
a
just
lot of
Bob.
ifs. You said a lot of ifs.
Now I'm just saying, but
I'm going off of what we seen. I'm going off the
yeah,
history that we
hey,
seen,
but the
man.
real is you want to know why? It's because of bad rotations. That Ty Lue had bad like when they like the 3-1 series.
I'm right
This
about this.
this Ty Lue was the assistant coach then, but the rotations were bad. That's why Denver got in the rhythm, and that's why they was able to come back for 3-1 because
So
of the rotation.
so if you telling me all of that, then wouldn't that go in my favor? If I'm going off the history of what the coaches was doing, that's what I'm saying. I didn't think they was gonna beat them because of
Now, what I'm saying,
history.
I think the Clippers can.
All right,
This,
all right.
Herm, this is that second time today I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah, he
You're right.
right. He right.
Terrence Mann is underrated. Here's the thing, and this is what a lot of people see. A lot of people wanted Jones. The realist, check this out. A lot of people wanted Jones on the Clippers, because Doc Rivers blew the 3-1 lead. But check this out, Herm. A lot of people forget Kawhi was assigned to Jokic because Jokic was killing the Clippers all series long. Game 7, they
For the
assigned
high
Kawhi to Jokic.
screens, roles that they were
Yeah,
doing.
they assigned Kawhi to Jokic, and Jokic got locked up and couldn't score for 16 points. But here's the problem with that: Terrence Mann wasn't being used in the bubble. Westbrook wasn't there to guard Murray, so they used Reggie Jackson, Lou Williams, and Shamet way too much And Denver acknowledged this, and they put Patrick Beverly on the bench instead of leaving Beverly
And they played
on Murray.
Montrezl Harrell on too many minutes.
They
Yep,
use Montrezl Harrell too much. But a lot of people forget when you talk about really guarding the center. The shit that LeBron talk about that he don't do is he guards the stretches. He only guards for like 3 minutes. Kawhi was assigned that whole game to Jokic. He jumped on Murray late in the game after Murray was already in his zone. And that's hard for any defender to stop any offensive player once they get in the zone. If y'all play basketball before, you know what I'm talking about. You can fire up good defenders if you in your zone. It still don't matter, right? But they put Kawhi on Murray when it's too late. But I would put T-Man on Murray. I put Kawhi on Jokic, and y'all run that fucking pick and roll you want to. Because here's the thing: if y'all try to get the switch with Jokic on T-Man, I'm rolling over Zubac to help out, and I'm rolling Paul George to battle with Gordon. Gordon's a little stronger than Paul George, but he's not finna abuse Paul George in the paint for no 15 rebounds. That's how we was going to beat Denver if Ty Lue coached it correctly. That's all you had to do to beat Denver.
Hey, that's another if. Hey, I say we got a better shot this year. Last year, no, I didn't see it. I say to beat Denver, you got to make the Joker play defense. You got to make him play defense.
Well, that's what Westbrook should be doing, I would imagine.
What'd you say?
You also got to make him a scorer and can't let him be the pass.
That's what I'm saying. You got to make him do more.
That's why I got like Roku. That's why I got like Roku would make a big difference because he stretches the floor. And that's a guy that you got to account for. You can't give him open shots, so they're gonna spread the floor. 9 times out of 10, if Denver trying to play with strategy, they gonna put Jokic on Robert Covington. So you could play small, and you could take a risk to put Kawhi Leonard on Jokic because Jokic like to work from the high post a lot. So therefore. If Denver, on the adjustment Denver can make, now we got to literally put Jokic on the block. In which, if you do that, that's gonna take away from take away from a lot of their motions that they like to do. So it would have hindered Denver, and it would have slowed them down to the point they're playing at a slower pace. Now the guys like Doodoo Brown, guys like Jamal Murray, not gonna be in the constant rhythm because now you got no choice but to feed Jokic in the post because he got the obvious mismatch on the low block. So you gotta feed him. So that's really gonna slow. That really would have slowed down Denver. And now all you gotta do, if they do give it to him on the low block, now you come with Robert Covington for a quick trap on him. So now you got Kawhi Leonard, which is very athletic and long. They easily could beat Denver, bro.
Yeah,
right. Doc Rivers blew that whole series.
They got a better chance this year. They got a better chance. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be some easy shit like you making it seem like, but they can beat them. I just got to see it. I got to see it to believe it. Yeah. Because, like I say, all during the season, they just show. Even like when we blew that lead, man. So it's like, man, once you, like I said, you gotta understand, sports is a mental thing too, man. So if you mentally thinking to yourself, "Oh, we can't get past this team," that plays a big factor.
Yeah. This is where y'all gonna make me support Westbrook, and I ain't a Westbrook fan. This is where y'all make me support him. This is why BJ got a good point about the man. Westbrook is a man who gonna get on that court. He finna get in Murray's head. He finna be in his ass, and he gonna make that whole team believe. I don't think Kawhi believes none of that shit you're saying anyway. Kawhi.
No, I ain't talking about Kawhi. I ain't talking about Kawhi.
But the rest of the team.
All right,
but the rest of the team, right? The rest of the team, Terrence Mann and Westbrook don't give a fuck about who Jamal Murray is. They ain't scared of that dude. And if they use correctly, and this is why it's a if. I feel what you're saying, Darrell. It's a if, and it's also if the Clippers don't start hard. You know what? You know what the other if gonna be? It's gonna be if a matter of time till Ty Lue gets his ass fired, and then we're gonna start getting the same shit that me and Herm just telling y'all about. That's when you're gonna start seeing it because Ty Lue. I believe he's better than Doc Rivers, but I still believe he had bad tendencies like Doc Rivers. If Doc Rivers plays anybody but Lou Shamet, Lou Williams, and Reggie Jackson, and what about this, Herm? They had JaMychal Green on the fucking bench who would have been guarding Jokic. Not perfect, but he would have been guarding that dude a lot fucking better than Trash.
And he stretches the floor, so Jokic got to come out that paint. And also, though,
Rivers
people keep
that whole bubble up, bro.
And people keep forgetting Ty Lue was the assistant head coach in that bubble.
Yeah,
was
yeah, he
assistant
was
head
assistant head
coach.
coach. But check this out too, Hearn. This is what people and this ain't a shot at you, but we can't talk about okay, they choked game 7 without saying, okay, what about game 5 and 6 when Kawhi and Paul George was the best 2 players on the court? They shined, they showed out. There was even one game Paul George had this stat line. Listen to this shit, bro. This is how ridiculous this man was. I think it was like 33 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 fucking steals. And Kawhi had like 30 points, and man, they both showed out game 5 and 6. Herman, because what you said, they still lost. So we can't just talk about game 7 was a choke job by Kawhi and Paul George, because you got to play 2 other games before you get to game 7. Game 5 and game 6, they showed the fuck out. If you don't believe, go check the
No,
fucking
no,
box
no, no.
score.
But Tom, I'm gonna say this: Game 5, I think Game 5 was really coaching, but I think Game 6 or 7 was honestly choke jobs. Because when you got an all-time great, if you got an all-time great in your team, Game 6 normally be the most important game, and you see legends like a Kobe Bryant, like a Michael Jordan, even Magic Johnson to a certain extent. They always
No,
rise to the occasion
that's
in
fair.
those Game 6s.
Well, Kawhi
So
had 35 points in game 6, if that's what you asked.
yeah, but
Yeah,
what I'm basically saying, they find a way to get it done somehow. Despite of whatever's going on, they find a way to get it done.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of superstars got losing records in the
yeah,
playoffs or losing records in the
yeah.
finals, so they find a way to lose too. But I feel you. To me,
Both of
Doc
y'all
Rivers
right.
blew that. Doc Rivers blew that shit. And
But
Denver,
Game 5, that was the worst. That probably was the worst coaching that I probably seen along, other than booting the holes and coaching ass. But Doc Rivers it was terrible coaching in Game
it was
5.
terrible coaching game.
Yeah,
And I believe in game 7, Hearn. I believe in my mind, it's the first time I ever believed Kawhi was fed up and gave up on Doc Rivers. I believe it's the first time in his career I can honestly say I think the team was fed up with Doc Rivers going in that game.
I saw that
And
in the fourth quarter for Kawhi. I saw that
Hell
in that
yeah.
fourth quarter for
Hell
sure.
yeah. Yeah.
that's the only time I would ever say I felt like Kawhi was just checked out the game, checked out the series, and of course it being the bubble. But see, I don't even much hold the bubble as much as like Kurt, for instance. I believe Kurt holds the bubble over high as an alibi for the Clippers losing even more than I do. Doc Rivers and Denver admitted this on the microphone after the series. They said we kept waiting every game. We just cruised along. We knew the Lou Williams, Shamit, Reggie trio was going to get on the court along with Trey, as I heard mention.
yeah.
They
Trey, yeah.
said this shit out loud on the microphones. That's all we waited on every night. They said when
Yeah.
they did that, that's when we took our momentum and we ran off with it. They said that shit out loud, bro.
That's because it was cakewalk.
Yeah, because en route to the Clippers back to close the series, they saw that and that's when they started keying their game plan around it
Yeah,
with those 3 guys. So once Mike Malone saw that, they exploited that for the rest of that series. So when Denver won that game 4, I was like, oh shit, man, this series for the change. I kind of knew then. I didn't know they was gonna come back and win the motherfucker, but I knew they was gonna make it a tough series because they saw that. Cause
yeah.
Reggie Jackson, hell, he always been a momentum killer in my opinion. Even in
My
his OKC
my
days.
opinion too. It's amazing we found 3 things to agree on after all this argument.
Well, I say this shit. I knew once they lost that game 6, they weren't gonna win game 7. And if Ticket still got that video, I'm on the video. I'm telling them they not winning game 7. It was done. It was over with.
You
It
know
was
you know
over
what
with.
does concern me, the realest though.
And
Why I
that
think
shit,
you got a good point.
and her, I don't know if you remember, that was a classic Ticket TV video because my man tore up his shit. And my man
Yeah.
went crazy. And like I said, I just knew they weren't gonna win that. It was over with.
All them niggas were crying on that video. All them niggas were going crazy. All them niggas went crazy.
Hey, the realest why I agree with you at. This is why I believe Denver is a problem. In my opinion, right now, Denver got the best coach in the NBA. Not because they won, but because he knows how to exploit the mismatch. And this is her and why I will say Realist has a point to some extent. And I've been telling BJ this. We had long discussions about this. Mike Malone is going to 100%, but I hope BJ was right. BJ says Zubac be having good games versus Denver, so I hope I'm wrong. But in my opinion, I believe Mike Malone is going to attack Zubac in the pick and roll, force him off the court, and this line is so lucrative. The Clippers have got to make a trade and get a backup big defensive big, not named Mason Plumlee. He's not a defensive guy, but I believe they going after Zubac when they get in the series out the gate at tip off. I believe every night Zubac's gonna get played off the court. But I hope BJ right, because BJ has put up numbers saying, "Hey man, Zubac actually had some real big games versus Denver." So I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Hey,
Maybe
Tom, I'm gonna say this, Thomas. I don't know how the Clippers gonna do it, but this is an all or nothing type season, so I think they can actually get it done, and especially
yeah,
if they go ahead and let Jerry West handle the motion on this. I think
yeah.
if I'm the
And I
Clippers,
think that's why Kawhi gonna have his best year too, Hunter. Because if we're going to go back and say with Kawhi always being hurt, we also have to go back and say Kawhi always plays his best basketball on contract years too. So if you're gonna use consistency in saying he gonna be hurt, then use that same consistency saying contract year is coming. You just be consistent. I don't care if you hate him or like him. Just use the same shit when you talk. Not you, but everybody.
All right, y'all. I'm about to jump off. All right, BJ, man. Hey, when you get that picture with Kawhi, man, make sure you post it for us, man. You know, I know
Hey,
that's gonna be one.
I'm gonna do more than that, man. Like I told y'all, I got y'all. I know what y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the podcast gonna keep going and y'all gonna see some y'all gonna get a y'all know what y'all gonna do, man. Y'all get a chance to
I'm proud of you,
holler at
BJ. You
some of
good,
them, man.
brother.
So I got y'all, man.
Hey,
Oh, I got
Hunter.
but
Keep
Hey,
grinding.
Hunter.
yeah,
Herman, yeah.
yeah, man.
Hey, Hunter. Through all the arguing, brother, it's all love, bro.
Oh
It's
yeah,
good
it's
arguing.
all.
Good,
I
good
love
arguing with
talking. I love talking shit, but man, congratulations to my brother BJ again, man. Hey, get to do a dream job, and you personally tell Kawhi Leonard, I got eyes on him, and tell him if he don't show up, tell your brother Hearn go cook his ass the hard way. So you tell Kawhi Leonard he better bring this goddamn
you.
here. You let him know I said that, and let him know he can talk shit to me after he accomplished what he accomplished. He can throw a subliminal at me. Just know if he don't do shit though, I'ma cook his ass. You send that message
So
to Kawhi Leonard.
Harm, you riding with the Clippers this year?
He better not say he robbed the Clipper. He
I
been hating
think
on
I
him all
think it's
night.
all
If
or
he
nothing. But if
back
I
up and say I'm robbing the
Who
Clipper
you
now, I'm
riding
finna come
with?
through the phone on his ass.
I
no
just
no no
need to hear Herm say
no
who he riding
but
with.
look though Tom I think if I'm the Clippers though you gotta go after Pascal Siakam somehow, and then if you do get
Hell
that trade
yeah.
to get Pascal,
All
Hell
right,
yeah.
all right, we
Hell
hear
yeah.
you. But Herm, who you
if
riding
you
with this year? Who you riding with?
I think the Clippers gonna win it though, cause this is all or
Hey,
nothing, man. Now this is
hey,
all or
you,
nothing though. This is
hey, you
all or
heard?
nothing, man.
Hey, BJ,
Hell
BJ,
no.
remember? Hey, BJ,
I don't
remember
know
what
what
my
you about
man
to say,
just
bro. I ain't
said.
know what to say no more.
Remember what my man just said. So
Yeah,
when you hear this man on any other stream flip flopping like a fucking pancake, hold that shit against his ass, man. Because like I said,
Nah,
I know
I
what
think the
Herm
Clippers got the
do.
best roster in the NBA though.
Herbie jumping different channels, man. You know,
No. It ain't about me
I get
jumping.
it.
I
Hunter, you want
still
the
go
last
pick the
guy?
Clippers. I just cook Kawhi Leonard. I don't mind talking shit about Kawhi Leonard, despite of what I
All
think the
right,
Clippers gonna do personally.
all right. So you got them winning.
Yes, I
Hey,
believe
hey,
so, cause it's all or nothing, and I got a feeling. I'm telling y'all, Jerry West gonna pull a rabbit at the hat. Y'all getting
All right,
Pascal Siakam, and when y'all do make that move to get Pascal Siakam, they gonna do this lineup right here:
just
Pascal
say I said
Siakam,
it first now.
Pascal Siakam gonna be starting the center. Kawhi Leonard at the 4. You're gonna have Paul George at the 3, Terrence Mann at the 2, and Russ at your starter point guard. In the
Yeah,
matchups
I take
against
that
Denver,
all day.
I got
you go put Kawhi Leonard on Jokic, and hell,
you.
and you go from there, and you just fill in from there. That's all.
I got you.
That's
Hey,
all you gotta
so
do.
after all that said and done, Herm, you feel like Kawhi gonna be the best player in the NBA, and you feel like he gonna be guarding the MVP of the NBA Finals. That's what you're saying.
I think they gonna figure out somewhere to preserve him to get him the
You
last
sure they
DC.
give that man a lot of credit right now?
Like I said, it's all or nothing. And Kawhi Leonard knows he wants another major payday, so I think Kawhi Leonard is gonna bring it because he wants to get paid again. So I think he's gonna play through injury a lot this season. I think even if you tear a meniscus again, I think he gonna play through it this time because he knows he wants that money. So
I
y'all gonna
don't
see
think he gonna get
Kawhi
hurt,
Leonard.
Herm. I don't think,
No, no,
cause I don't think
hey,
they could be hurt.
I'm
You ain't gonna be hurt every year, cuz.
but I'm gonna say he gonna play through the injury, even if he hurt. I think Kawhi Leonard gonna play through this injury. It's a lot riding because he wants to get paid, and plus, this is the last stands for the Clippers. This is the last stand, last dance. This is the last dance,
Hey,
y'all, for the
hey,
Clippers.
BJ. Hey, what up, her? Hey, BJ, the show don't end until I show up in this thing, man. What you talking about, bro? The show ain't
Man,
over
it's
yet, man.
over,
Come
bro.
on,
We've been
man.
on for 3 hours. I gotta go to Bible study. I got shit to do, man.
I feel it, man. Hey, her, but you was cooking him all day. I just heard Herm all day cooking, man. That's all I know, man. Kawhi
Yeah.
Leonard, man, we're gonna win it all this year. That's right. But now I ain't want too much, man. I just want to say what up to y'all, man. Salute.
Love, love.
All right, cuz I'm
But
out of here. BJ,
Salute,
congratulations.
everybody.
I'm gonna be up
Congrats.
there collecting my season tickets every year too.
Yeah.
hey, y'all come out to LA. I got y'all, man.
Yeah,
So
All right.
All right,
congrats on
y'all.
that, BJ. Hey, congrats and BJ, bro. Check your emails, bro. I emailed you too.
email me again right now, and I'll get it. Email me again.
All right, I got you. All right.
All right, all right.
Salute.
Love y'all.
It's all good. It's all love.
Salute,
Peace.
salute, salute, BJ.
Salute.
Congratulations again,
Salute.
brother.
Salute, Hiram.
Like and
Appreciate you, bro.
subscribe, people.
Appreciate you, OC. Appreciate you, Sean. Hit y'all later, man. All right, man. Great show, man. Y'all can leave y'all comments. Vote in the polls. How many championships y'all think Kawhi Leonard should have? Y'all feel like he should have what he has right now, which is 2. Do you think that he should have less than 2 because players were hurt in 2019? Do y'all feel like he should have more than 2 championships? If he do, should he have 3, 4, 5, 6? How many championships Kawhi Leonard should have? Again, hit the like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe. Also hit the Cash App. If you guys enjoyed the show today, hit that Cash App right there. $ BJ Matthews. A lot of y'all, I hope to give y'all great entertainment. If you loved it, please hit that like button, hit that Cash App, hit the share, hit the subscribe as well. And also, get y'all membership badges that are available. Now that I'm officially with the Clippers, y'all can imagine some of the stuff that I'll be able to provide for y'all on this podcast. Like I tell the fellas in there, I was like, this ain't just me. This is all y'all helped me get here, man. Y'all wouldn't be here without any of y'all, man. So I'm gonna make sure to sew back in, you know, as the time goes, man. But y'all just keep me in y'all prayers and keep me focused, man. I'm gonna make sure to stay motivated. And y'all keep on, rocking with me, man. But until tomorrow, we will have our membership contest tomorrow. Me and my boy Rick, we'll have our, contest tomorrow, and we're gonna be having the prizes. So everybody that has a membership badge, make sure you guys show up to tomorrow's show. It's gonna be at was it 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure that you guys show up. All the people in the membership badges that got y'all need to show up. If y'all don't show up, y'all don't have a chance to get y'all be in the contest. We're gonna be having a trivia contest with all of our contestants. So make sure y'all show up and be ready to go. And we'll make sure to get that out for y'all, man. If y'all have not got y'all membership badges, get y'all membership badges now. If you guys still want to be a part of the contest, I just opened the contest back up. So get y'all membership badges if y'all still want to be a part of it. So until next time, respectfully say pull up a seat, pull up a chair, put loud. Peace. Out of here like swimwear.
Watch the offensive rebounding here. In for Davis. Went up high and came down hard, and the Lakers have it, and they come the other way. Clippers down by 1. Jackson, spin up and down. What a great corkscrew move. Clippers by 1. No timeouts. Here's Davis. The other way into traffic. But if it goes, it's over. And the Clippers have survived in a thriller. Wow, what a game that came absolutely down to the last possession. Russell Westbrook, they've been running this all night long. Reggie Jackson and the Clippers, they got the switch they wanted with Reeves and Reggie Jackson. This shot by Anthony Davis just in and out at the buzzer. You couldn't have asked for a
like that. Woo!